say never. Never say never. Rap fucks, putrid, never say never. Not too fucking clever. I'll pull the fucking lever. If you got problems, bottle don't solve them. Any problems, be a man, solve them. Look at the weather, better stay together. Camaraderie, solidarity, life don't last forever. Gotta make the best of the bad situation, and except for female penetration. If you're fucking faking, I'm gonna be blatant. Fuck the fucking bacon. If they're fucking waiting, how come you always waiting? The fucking cheese and wine route. I think you're fucking taking. Stop your perpetrating. You believe your own lies and stop lying, stop telling. Go back to 7-Eleven. Stop fucking rebelling. Get out of the business. You're not fucking legit, miss. If you didn't live it, you can't fucking spin it. Stop being fake. Cement shoes on the fucking lake. Boston like it's Athens. Fuck with us. Fatal attractions. New York Kelly. Gotta live with it. Watch the Metropolitan. We're on again. Bobby Nizzo, Lebanon, Don Shern, Dickie Scan, get on the mic and tell them we don't like them. Never say never. Ambitious, bad decisions, many incisions, ultimate visions. Stop your bitches, stop your snitching. I'm like Grandizer, I'm much fucking wiser.
It ain't happening, it ain't going down like that. Nah, that ain't happening. It ain't going down like that. Nah, that ain't happening. It ain't going down like that. It ain't going down like that. It ain't gonna happen. It ain't going down. Nah, that ain't gonna happen. It ain't going down. Nah, that ain't gonna happen. It ain't going down. It ain't going down like that.
I was out to be. Surrounded by clout sound, the VOLUME. I was bound to be palms together, I swear. The Shakespeare of pure hip-hop poetry. If my face wasn't on the cover, who would believe it is me? Picture being able to topple a rhyme. Deacon my opponents as I climb. Dealing with this industry slime. Finding my rock mind and losing it to this clock flying. Don't put a period at the end of my rhyme. My conversation is an exclamation funnel in time. If I pummel, it's not over. If I get pummeled, I'll do a chin up and never roll over. I'm in an all-terrain territory. I sever the axe, never say never. I'm too clever. In fact, I'll wrap it up and keep it all intact. Crack leather to smooth silk, I'm always bringing it back. Shackle me to my raps, never say never.
It ain't happening, it ain't going down like that. Nah, that ain't happening. It ain't going down like that. Nah, that ain't happening. It ain't going down like that. It ain't going down like that. It ain't gonna happen. It ain't going down. Nah, that ain't gonna happen. It ain't going down. Nah, that ain't gonna happen. It ain't going down. It ain't going down like that.
Till I got blisters, heartbeat, guard whispers. Never got girls, I ain't got sisters. The block got sniffers calling the cell. Some calling it fun, but I'm calling it hell. Eating is decreasing, credits no leasing. Everyone I'm talking to don't wanna listen. I just wanna glisten, I'm calling it quits. Move from home to home like all over twists. Fuck North Pine Street, I just wanna find trees. Smoke with a dime piece and fuck when we Chinese. They see me on the block, they know I don't play. Plus I'm chasing that cheesy cheese every day. I'm not gonna trip out, but when the night flip out. But if one of y'all said it, I will let this clip out and pop at your brain. I'm hot in the rain, since chopping the cane, yo, I've not been the same.
It ain't happening, it ain't going down like that. Nah, that ain't happening. It ain't going down like that. Nah, that ain't happening. It ain't going down like that. It ain't going down like that. It ain't gonna happen. It ain't going down. Nah, that ain't gonna happen. It ain't going down. Nah, that ain't gonna happen. It ain't going down. It ain't going down like that.
It ain't happening. It ain't going down like that. Bosses like that, you rip it. Never know the toll. Sure. God bless you. Kick the skin like you know. Come up.
UFC 304 in the UK. I give it a scale from 1 to 10. I give it a 5, a 6 because of the fans, right? Congratulations to Bilal Muhammad. Congratulations to Tom Aspinall. I was wrong. I can admit it. I got humility. You know, what the fuck, right? I know Aspinall's good. I know Bilal's good, but I just thought Blades might have a shot. You know what I mean? Because they're working hard. You know what I mean? But I know for a fact this is something I definitely will not go back on. John Jones, I'm pretty sure he'll beat Stipe, even though I respect Stipe a lot. Well, you know, he's always my favorite heavyweight. And Cain Velasquez, and, you know, it goes all the way back. You know, it just keeps all the way to 93, even in the, you know, Pride too. But Fedor, you know, I don't think no one's beaten John Jones, and that's just my opinion. I'm sure it's a lot of purist opinions too. And I believe he will fight the winner of this fight last night. I believe he will fight. Absolutely, he will. John Jones ain't scared of nobody. Anyone that says, "Oh, he's scared," no, they ain't scared. Any man or woman gets in a fucking octagon or a ring ain't scared, obviously. Unless the first time you're fighting in your life, never been in a street fight or something, and never been in a lot of street fights, never been in a ring or an octagon, you might be nervous, obviously. But other than that, nah. Professional fighters ain't scared to fight. Like, the people that say that shit are fucking scared. They're scared. So leave your insecurities at the fucking door and don't talk shit about fucking fighters that you would never say to their fucking face. You'd be kissing their ass. You'd be fucking fanboying it or fangirling it, because I ain't no fanboy. I respect them, but I would say it right to their fucking face. Like, that's the God's honest truth. It ain't about me. It's just about other people that talk too much shit online. And, you know, what are you going to do? There's trolls out there. They don't think there's no consequences for talking shit. But someday, you know, it's going to come back and haunt you. You know what I mean? Everything I say, honestly, I'll back it up. And if I don't, you know, back it up, like lose or whatever, I just say, hey, I lost or whatever the fuck, but I fucking stood my ground. You know what I mean? Like, there's a difference between people. Just like there's levels in fighting, there's a difference in people that talk shit and actually will fucking do it. I definitely ain't no fanboy. So, like, I'm not like, oh my God, he's famous. I can't stand fame. That's the last thing I want. I'm passionate about fighting. That's it. I'm passionate about doing the right thing by people, you know, that's it. I'm passionate about a lot of things in life. I'm passionate about fucking cannabis. You know what I mean? Like, since I was like 11, so that's 12 going on 13. You know, passionate about a lot of things. Sports, fighting, you know, elite boxing. I love elite mixed martial arts. Because to me, it's just like an elite street fight. That's all it is. It's like the toughest two guys from each borough go at it, and they both got skills, you know what I mean? And street fights, you know what I mean? Street fights are way more dangerous than any other fucking fight, because you die in a street fight, you know what I mean? But I've been in many of those, done many rounds in the ring, fucking sparring with really great boxers, you know what I mean? Like, if you think you're a tough guy, right, go test yourself, you know, go wrestle with fucking with like college wrestlers, Division 1A wrestlers, Division 1, Division 2, Division 3, or go in the ring and box with, like, you know, a guy half your size, and I guarantee they will humble you. I guarantee they will. If they don't humble you, then you got skills, and But I will definitely tell you one thing. You will definitely say, oh, that was harder than I thought it was. And I really suggest a lot of people do that out there, especially in America and across the world. Like Tom Aspinall said tonight, you know, yeah, just fuck it. What do you say? That guy's a class act. That guy's a class act. And he represents England very good. Leon Edwards, you got nothing to be ashamed of, dude. I mean, Bilal got a lot better. He has gotten a lot better. Just like you got a lot better. Both of yous, I think you guys, you know, did pretty well for the welterweight division. You know what I mean? You guys did very well. I'm cold in my air-conditioned fucking studio / office. I'm just freezing because I got the AC on. And it's only like, I don't know, 70 degrees here in Boston Metropolitan. But it's 70 fucking dew point. So that's humid. I don't care about humidity when I'm out, you know, outside and stuff like that. I love the humidity, you know what I mean? But I like to be cool in my house, you know what I mean? That's one thing about being hot. You could always find somewhere to get about being cold, you can always find somewhere to get warm. Hot, we just go up the quarries, you know, as kids, you know, and teenagers, jumping, you know, 50-foot jumps, 100-foot jumps, 150-foot jumps, 200-foot jumps, and in between, you know what I mean? That's what we used to do. That's your rite of passage when you go up in Quincy. Not only that, people who come from all over the fucking place, like Southie, Dorchester, all the boroughs in Quincy, because the quarries were in West Quincy. Now it's a golf course. We filled all those quarries up with all the muck we did on all the tunnels in Massachusetts during the big dig. The big dig wasn't the Central Artery Tunnel. It was we had like 10 water tunnels going on while the Central Artery Tunnel was going on. Everyone thought the big dig was just the Central Artery. No, it was because we had so many tunnels we had to do. Water tunnels, you know what I mean? Water, drinking water, clean up Boston Harbor, Quincy Bay, you know, from Deer Island to Nut Island, to Long Island, to Nut Island, and Howes Neck, to Weymouth. Then we had the Chelsea micro tunnel, which is like a small little TBM machine like this. That's ran by a remote controller. So it's on the Chelsea River. One side of the bridge is East Boston. One side of the bridge is Chelsea. One underneath the Chelsea River. We sunk the shafts down about 100 feet. And about halfway down, the Chelsea River started coming in. So we had to get the best soft ground tunnel guy we had back then in the mid-90s, who was Morgan Curran. He works for the New York Sandhogs now in New York City. They got 3-generation tunnel going over there. We had Metro West Water Supply Tunnel, Framingham, Weston, Southborough, Clinton, Mass, Weston, Massachusetts. I was over there for 5 years. 5-6 years. Weston and Framingham. Framingham was the main shaft. I was up in Clinton, Mass for a year. I was like after all the shafts we did and all the mining we did from Southborough to Framingham and all the way to Weston, the Weston tolls, right where you get off at the Weston tolls. So yeah, and not even like that's functional right now, but right when we got to Weston, we did a half a circle on the south side, and we did a half a circle with the tunnel boring machine, then backed it up, and then mined a half a circle on the north side. So both those sides, one side has to go all the way to right near Quincy, Braintree, Canton, Blue Hills. They already built the water treatment plant there. And then the other side goes to fucking, what's the name of the town? It begins with an S. I forget the name of the town. Jeez, it's at the tip of my tongue, actually. But anyways, there's like about 30 more miles of fucking mining to go on that one. But that Metro West Water Supply Tunnel brings all clean water from the Quabbin Reservoir to Boston Metropolitan drinking water, tap water. You know what I mean? I know a lot of people probably don't know what the fuck I mean, but most of the tunnels built water tunnels and outfall tunnels and transportation tunnels built in the Northeast, Massachusetts, New York, since 1903. San Augustine Union and tunnel workers. In Washington, D.C. too, Virginia, so Maryland. So yeah, a lot of tunnels. Then there's tunnels like, coal mining tunnels and stuff like that. That's a totally different, a whole different ball game. You're not going through solid granite. You know what I mean? You're not going through solid granite with tunnel boring machines. You know what I mean? The size of a little mini city. You know what I mean? The micro tunnel boring machine is like you use just a remote controller. That's it. One guy that sits there in the bottom of the shaft and just follows the laser. But that's how the technology is so good. It's just like you come within 1 foot. That's the only error you can do is come within 1 foot. If you go anything over 1 foot, you basically got to go back and mine it again. You know what I mean? And we never had to do that because we had good operators, local 4 operators, operating engineers, and we had good engineers. You know what I mean? But let's get off that subject. There's UFC 304 and the Queensberry boxing card. Let me bring up my picks, because here's the truth, people. Sometimes you get cold. Most times you stay warm and hot. You know what I mean? Picking wise with your picks. And that's just the way the game is. That's just the way the game is. That's the way, not the game, but not the game, but that's just the way it is. You know what I mean? And picking fights. Boxing's really easy for me. MMA is a totally different thing because you just never know what mixed martial arts is going to show up. It's very hard to explain to people, but I'm sure a lot of people would agree that are purists and understand fighting. You know what I mean? It's just a whole different ball game. Whole different ball game. Tapping. I'm tapping it. I'm tapped in. All right, let me see. In the granite. There we go. My picks. All right. All right, I got my picks up here. All right, let me go. Boom. All right. Back to here. I'm going to bring these up. Digital. Now, let me see how this looks. Make sure this looks all right. Yes, sir. Looks good. All right, so what's up on the screen? Let me see. So my picks. So Joyce and Chisora. I thought Joyce definitely had that fight. Chisora, I'm glad you retired, dude. I mean, you had a great beginning of your career. Never back down from nobody. You were a really good boxer, but as time goes on, as we all know, the more weight you gain, the more, probably don't do the fundamentals no more. Probably don't even train as hard. You know what I mean? Just,
ego. You know what I mean? You just don't want to stop fighting. But you made enough money in the last 2 years than you probably made in your whole career. Thanks to Tyson Fury and some other good fights. You know what I mean? Chisora, you were definitely a great fighter. You know what I mean? In your day, in your prime, you were a great heavyweight. This generation of heavyweight, this era, 2000s on, compared to the 90s, 80s, 70s, and prior, it's not even close. It's not even close. But there's definitely heavyweights in the 2000s that could hang with all those guys back then, too. It was just a lot deeper. A lot deeper. It was a lot deeper. A lot more elite heavyweights. You know what I mean? Nowadays, a lot of the talent is in the lighter weight divisions, and we're getting those fights now. Finally, thank you, Turkey, from Saudi Arabia, for putting on fights. He's a huge boxing fan. He goes way back in boxing, and for a guy from Saudi Arabia to do that for the American boxing fans and for the worldwide boxing fans, let's face it, everyone loves boxing because it got so much history. And mixed martial arts even goes back farther. In China, right, 4,000 plus years old, right? Japan, or Asia, all those places. They were around before America. You know what I mean? So America boxing history is deeper than any sport, deeper than baseball, deeper than football, deeper than hockey, deeper than basketball. It goes so far back in the 1800s, for Christ's sakes, you know what I mean? And like Tyson Fury, gypsies, bare knuckle fighting. I don't know, man. Like, bare knuckle fights are just like street fights, same exact fucking thing. But they were fucking really tough guys. Those fucking bare knuckle fighters in England and all those places, gypsies. They would fight till someone fucking died, basically, or fucking just couldn't fight no more, could not continue. A lot of those guys went on for 2-3 hours sometimes. I had a friend of mine, God bless his soul, he fought for 3 hours one day from Quincy High School all the way to fucking Germantown, which is about, I'd say, 5 miles or 4 miles. They went at it, both of them. And both of them were really tough kids, you know what I mean? And this is like, what the fuck was I? Still in fucking middle school, which should have been called junior high, but they just changed it around that time. But I've seen I've been in a lot of crazy street fights, and outnumbered, or it was just a bunch of us, and people act cute in the park or on Bruce Corner or on Town Hill or anywhere in that vicinity, Southwest Quincy, there's just fights almost every freaking day. But anyways, the Queensberry card today the undercard was really good. These guys fought it out. These guys fought really well. They fought Chisora dropped Joyce, I think, twice. I know he dropped him twice. But he got right back up and started throwing punches right away. Joe Joyce wasn't even discombobulated or on Quest Street at all. He was a lot of resilience. Joe Joyce, if I give you any advice, brother, it would be move your head. Move your head off the center line. You know what I mean? It's not about showing how tough you are. It's about, it's about fight IQ. Fight IQ. I know a lot of people say, oh, that's boring. That's boring. No, it isn't boring. It isn't boring. It's elite fucking fighting. It's like when people say, Izzy's boring or this one's boring in the UFC. No, they're not boring. They're just elite. They're elite. And they're not, they're not dummies. They're not dummies. The object, the science of boxing, right? So it would basically equal all fighting, right? It's to hit and not get hit. Obviously, you're going to have to get hit, right? But obviously, you don't want to take too many shots, right? Especially the ones you don't see. That's why I always say move your fucking head. Even if it's a quarter inch, right? Even if it's just a little move like this. Just this. Chin in always, right? If you just slip, Always like, that's why I always tell people shadow box, shadow box, shadow box. Move, move, move. Making sure your feet are always on balance. You know what I mean? You're never off balance. A lot of people have to think about that when they first start learning footwork and all that stuff. But once you do it every day, you don't even have to think about it no more. I mean, everything just goes where it goes. Your brain automatically, it's like muscle has memory, all that stuff. It's the same exact freaking thing. You do something every single freaking day, you're good. You're good. You never have to worry about it. It's all about being on balance. It's all about, you know, punching with bad intentions, like Mike Tyson, like Customato used to say. I had a trainer almost just like Customato, you know, was it Italian, just an animal. And he was, when he was teaching me the left hook, even though I already had a pretty good left hook, but it wasn't technically, you know, perfect, like, you know, Customato would say. So my first like legit trainer, you know, like boxing trainer, you know, like my mentor taught me all the fundamentals. I was already fighting, you know what I mean? I already could fight pretty well. Once he taught me all the fundamentals and I started hitting the bag every day, I kind of went away from the weights because, you know, you can only get so big. And once you get a certain size, you start to realize that, damn, I feel a little sluggish. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I just go, you know, run to my mentor's house, hit the bag, I don't know, 5, 7, 8 rounds, wherever it was back then, do a bunch of push-ups, pull-ups, hit the speed bag, bunch of abs, bunch of core, and then I'd run back or I'd walk back. It all depended, but I'd at least run one way or, you know, and walk back. I just wanted to, you know what I mean? It was just, I just liked boxing training a lot better than lifting weights. And I'm not saying don't lift weights. I'm not saying that at all. Lifting weights is pretty cool too. I just reached all my goals in lifting weights really young, you know what I mean? So without steroids, without anything, I just, you know, you get strong. You don't need do roids to get stronger and to get bigger. You could do all that just by doing it, lifting heavy. And go look at like pyramid sets. Pyramid sets is the way you get stronger. That's how you get stronger. And I guarantee you every week you'll get a little bit stronger, or every month. Whatever, you know, probably every month. You know, probably every month you'll notice it more than every week. But I used to notice it every week. I get a little bit stronger. You start with lightweight. You go a little heavier the next, you know, 4 sets of every exercise you're doing, you know what I mean? You know, lightweight, your first rep, second rep, you go a little heavier. Third rep, you go the heaviest. And then your fourth rep, I mean, your fourth set, I mean, you go back down to the lightweight that you start with, and you just rep out as many as you can till failure. And then the following week, you just go a little bit heavier the next time. That's it. You just go a little bit heavier. Not on the light set. Light set is just like 45 plates on each side. That used to be my light set. And then I'd be like, you know, what was it like? I'm trying to think what I used to first start. What did I first start at? Because I was using like plastic weights at my house and stuff before I went to gyms, and, you know, was lifting iron, you know what I mean? Solid steel, you know what I mean? But when I was in the gyms, it was like a 45 plate on each side. Then you put a 25 plate on each side, second set. Then you put like, you know, a 10 pounder on the third set, and go back down to just a 45 on each set for the fourth set, and just rep out as many as you can. You know what I mean? I'm talking about sets of 10, 8, 6, 12. You know what I mean? Like things like that. And then eventually, after a couple months or whatever it was, I was doing 225 easily. My goal was like 315 or 305 or something like that. That was my goal, just to, you know, bench press that, you know, 3 times without no help and perfectly, because it's all about form. Yeah, I was doing 225 like 20, 30 times. Like, without no help either. And I went up to like 405, 415, whatever it was, in almost 1,000-pound deadlift. In the deadlifts, I did that in like a 2-month period because I was already lifting for years. I just never did deadlifts, you know what I mean? So the last 2 months of my college bid, my second college bid, I say, you know what, I'm going to bang out some fucking deadlifts. Let me see how strong we can get with these. Me and my partner there, Steve Hoxie, he was my partner in training, you know, lifting weights and stuff. And we got up to, I don't know, we put as many 45 plates as we could on each side. Started out with like 2, 3, 4, and 5, and then just kept adding. You know what I mean? Then after like a month and a half, yeah, it wasn't even 2 months. It was like 6 weeks. We couldn't even fit no more weights on the bar. So it was probably around 900 something pounds. So yeah, for deadlifting, I mean, you know, I don't do deadlifts no more because I just, my back's so messed up. I have to go light with weights. I just have to do a lot of reps, and I'm just shredding all the time. That's it. Lean muscle. You know what I mean? That's all I train for is lean muscle, endurance, cardio, technique, fundamentals, explosiveness, plyometrics, a lot of core, you know, endurance, cardio, all of it. There's nothing I don't cover. And then I tweak my training like every month, just a little bit. I'll add one more exercise on there, or I'll minus one exercise and add another exercise. You know what I mean? It's just that simple. Yesterday, I had to do my lawn. So every couple rounds, you know, going back and forth, I'd stop, do a set of jump rope and do a set of push-ups and then go right back. You know what I mean? So I do, and I actually made it last longer. I went over the grass. It was already done, but I went over it again. So just to push myself, you know what I mean? And after you push yourself a long time, you'll never be tired. I mean, don't get me wrong. You'll be tired, but it won't affect you. You'll still be able to be effective. You'll still be able to throw punches, throw kicks, even jumping, switch knee kicks. You know what I mean? Like explosive. You know what I mean? Technique, fundamentals, and practicing your 3, 4, 6, 8 punch combinations, your jabs, switching up stances. And, you know, I'm an orthodox fighter, which is a righty, right? I'd switch up the southpaw and throw your right hand, you know, as a jab. If you got a good right hand, you got to think about it, right? If you switch up, that right hand's going to be even a stronger jab because it's coming from your hottest hand. But once you learn the left hook, as an orthodox fighter, and I'm sure southpaws would say the same thing, you know, lefties would say, once you learn that right hook, you know what I mean? Once you learn that right hook correctly, it's going to be just as powerful as your straight right or a straight left as a orthodox or a, you know, righty or a lefty or a southpaw. You know, it's just over and over and over and over again. My old trainer reminded me of Customato because he would say, it has to be perfect, And this is way before YouTube. This is way before the internet, way before it all. It was like early 90s. So he was already proven. His son was junior Olympic champ at heavyweight, Golden Glove champ at heavyweight, and like 13-2 as a heavyweight. Or was it 13-3 as a heavyweight? Well, one guy he lost to 2 times. The same guy. Guy just had his number. Kid just had his number. And the first fight, his first pro fight, he was training, but not really that hard. He was partying 3 nights before. God bless his soul. And you could tell a year after, you know, he got sober. And the next year he fought that same guy again. And when he took off his robe, when he got in the ring, I seen the kid's eyes, like his eyes lit up, went, holy shit, that don't even look like the same guy I fought. Same face, but different body. My boy got shredded. You know what I mean? Shredded. And he fought a lot fucking better. This kid just had the reach, and he's fucking really good. I got to give that kid credit. He was really good because just to beat my friend, he just didn't lose. He didn't lose that often. In those street fights he lost, one of them, he was prepared. He was prepared. The first one, I'm not making excuses for him either. The first fight, he was partying 2 nights before. You know what I mean? But he's still a hard person to take out. And I remember the first fight, this ain't about me. This is just what happened. After he lost, I was so like devastated that he lost because I care about my friends. You know what I mean? I jumped up on the fucking ring and threw my fucking paper beer. My beer was like half full. I just threw it at the kid. I said, "Fight me, motherfucker." You know what I mean? That's how fucking upset I was. I was just fucking pissed off. But it's kind of immature. You know what I mean? But it's just a wild, wild west back then. You know what I mean? This is in the, what is this, like mid-90s? Yeah, about 97, 90, yeah, 97, 98. And I remember my business manager coming up to me because a lot of union guys were there watching, you know, all of us. We were all there to support them. And like I said, most of the union guys in the Sandhogs were from Southwest Quincy, generation, at least 5 generations. So my business manager comes out and goes, "Robbie, they're going to arrest you. You know what I mean? If you don't get the fuck out of there, they're going to give you a chance to go." I talked to them, and Eddie Silva too. God, you know, love you both, Scott Bordy, Eddie Silva. He goes, "Robbie, get the fuck out of here." And all my friends said, "We'll meet you at fucking my house fucking in, you know, half an hour or whatever, 20 minutes. So I got in my car and I went. So, you know, they saved me from getting arrested. Or I definitely wanted to fight the kid, though. There was no doubt about it. But he just went fucking 5 rounds or 6 rounds, and it was a TKO stoppage. My friend definitely wasn't in shape. His stomach was out to here. He's just a big, strong kid, but been boxing his whole life, and a really good kid, too. Wasn't a bully. Wasn't one of the nicest kids you ever meet, unless you got him mad or something. Even then, he would de-escalate things because he didn't want to hurt nobody. His hands are fucking dangerous. You know what I mean? Probably fucking, yeah, they're dangerous. He's a pro fucking boxer. Obviously, in the court's eyes, you got lethal weapons in your hands. The thing that was good with me was I could have went pro, but I was still amateur, right? Even though I could have went pro anytime. It's just it wasn't paying money, and I had to take care of my wife and my daughter, and I didn't want to go back to selling drugs, so that's why I went to work. And I, you know, not only that, I was offered a really good job back then, 80 to 120,000 a year, coming right out of my second state bid. I mean, you can't get better than that coming out of, yeah, most people don't even make that much money coming out of college, never mind freaking prison. So yeah, that was offered to me through you know, credibility and respect. And I was offered that job way before I even picked up my second state bid. I just I wish I would have took it sooner, but it is what it is. Not a big deal. You can't bring back the past. But the reason I was saying that is like the bigger you are, you know, at heavyweight you have to be big, but 220, in my opinion, and I know that a lot of boxing purists would agree. 200 pounds and over, you're a heavyweight. Believe me, you're a heavyweight. 200 pounds and over, you're a heavyweight. I don't care what anyone says. You have heavyweight power. Even 192, 180, fucking 7, you have heavyweight power. You know, some people just have heavy hands. You know what I mean? Even in the lighter weight divisions. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter how big you are. If you got heavy hands, if you got torque, and you got if you throw right technique, the right technique, everything comes from the balls of your feet. Everything comes from the balls of your feet and the torque in your core, and how fast you throw that punch and how fast you snap at the end. You snap the fist at the end. You know what I mean? Snap. You know what I mean? Just like that. Snap. You bring it right back. That's like the golden rule of punching. Punch it, bring it right back. You know what I mean? Bang. It's just like one fluid motion, but you're not throwing one punches. You're throwing 2s, 3s, 4s, 6s, and 8s. No one's looking for just one punch because you can't disguise other punches with one punch. You know what I mean? Just throwing one punch. You can't disguise the second, third, the fourth. You know what I mean? That's why I always tell people go left of the body, left of the head, or even go left of the head, left of the body, or go straight left, straight right, left hook. And if you're a southpaw, do the opposite. You know what I mean? Straight right, straight left, right hook. You know what I mean? Or right to the body, right to the head, or right to the head, right to the body. Most people go to the body first, then to the head, but to switch it up so you're not, people can't figure you out. It's like Crawford next week. You're going to see Crawford next week in boxing. You're going to see how he downloads data for the first round, 1 to 3 rounds. He downloads data. And he does a lot of fucking film study too. Any fighter out there that depends on their trainers to do all the film work, even though they should do it anyways, you should do it yourself too. You should be watching your opponents. Every opponent you're fighting, you should be studying them, all their habits, all their like little tendencies. You know what I mean? The things they do when someone throws a jab at them, or a heavy punch, overhand right or overhand left, or whatever, whatever side it's coming from. You want to study their tendencies. You know what I mean? What they're doing. And Crawford is, I said that I got an argument with some person, some guy that used to work for Pro Box and Showtime and HBO. And I said, Crawford is this era's Marvelous Marvin Hagler. He's like, no friggin' way. I go, what do you mean no friggin' way? I go, yeah, Hagler fought a lot better competition because there was a lot better fucking middleweights back then. There was so many good fucking heavyweight middleweights. You had the 4 kings. But not only did you have the 4 kings, you had Mugabe, you had all these killers, all these fucking killers. It's like the heavyweight division was talking about a little earlier, about the 90s compared to the 2000s and the 80s and the 70s and prior. Those heavyweight divisions were stacked. In the 90s, I could just run down a few for you. And you tell me, you go Mike Tyson, right? You go Holyfield, you go Riddick Bowe, you go Lennox Lewis, you go Bone Crusher Smith, you go Tony Tubbs, you go Tua, you go Larry Holmes, Spanks. There's plenty more too. John Ruiz. I mean, even Roy Jones Jr. came up the friggin' heavyweight. Tommy Morrison. George Foreman on his comeback. Razor Ruddock. It just goes on and on. There's at least 10 more elite fucking heavyweights in the 90s. At least 10 more than the ones I just mentioned. And the 2000s was boring until Tyson Fury and Wilder brought back heavyweight boxing. Exciting fights. You know what I mean? One a knockout puncher, one a technically friggin' superior boxer. I think Wilder made a big mistake calling out Tyson Fury. Even though Wilder, you got to give that guy credit. I don't like people that make excuses. I'm like a lot of you people. I don't like people that make excuses. They're like balloon knots. We all have one. You know what I mean? But if you're going to make an excuse, make it in your head. You know what I mean? You can't say, oh, he cheated. He had a fucking golf ball in his fucking glove. If you watch Tyson Fury, he always throws slap jabs like that. You know what I mean? It was like a backhander. It was like a backhand fucking. And plus, he's fucking almost 7 feet tall. You know what I mean? What, like 80 fucking 2-inch reach or 84-inch reach or something like that? It's like, he's just throwing it out there to gauge range and distance. You know what I mean? So the fight game is a game that you need to think. It's a thinking man's game. It's all mental. It's all you against you, basically, and your opponent. And all the studying your opponent's fucking trainers and managers or whatever did on you. You know what I mean? All the film work they did on you or whatever. So you always got to switch it up. When you're shadow boxing, that's when you do it. You know what I mean? You switch it up. You learn how to throw punches from different angles. You're always trying to create angles and mess up your opponent's mind a little bit. It's just the way it is. Joe Joyce, if you would just move your head a little bit, and work on some plyometrics and some explosiveness, and stop worrying about being so friggin' big. You know what I mean? Like, you'd be a lot faster. Both of you guys were very slow. I don't care what anyone says. I'd say it right to your faces. You're very slow. All your punches look telegraphed. You can see them coming from a mile away. But you guys do not move your head. Chisora moves his head a lot more than Joyce does. But Joyce did move his head a few times. Did move his head in a few key moments. You know what I mean? I actually thought Joyce won that fight. But Chisora did drop him twice. But he got right the fuck up every time, both times, and went right after Chisora. And Chisora was saved by the bell a few times in that fight. But you know what, Chisora, congratulations. I'm glad you retired, man. And I'm sure Joe Joyce, I kind of want him to retire, but I don't think he's I think he's still got a couple years, to get better and to make some more money. I understand. Make as much money as you can in the fight game, because it's not going to last forever. It's going to be like 10 years, 15 years. And you want to spend as least time in that ring as possible. I've seen it so many times. Tonight in the UFC when people had people hurt and they didn't finish them and they ended up losing the fight. You know what I mean? It's like, I would get rid of my trainers. I would get rid of everybody if I wasn't told to finish that fight once I rock somebody. Because that's why you train. That's what you train for. And don't rush in on your opponent once you get them hurt, because it's like a fucking it's like an animal. Cornering animal is a dangerous animal. It's like if you corner a raccoon, they're going right for your neck. You know what I mean? Especially a fighter. They know they're rocked. They're gonna throw an overhand right, overhand left. They're just gonna go for a fucking Hail Mary. And a lot of times I've seen it happen many times. They get caught. The guy gets discombobulated on Quest Street. He sees that flashing light. His legs are a little wary, but they're still aware of what's going on because of training, right? And the guy rushes in to fucking finish him. And if they're not fast, they are going to get clipped. And I've seen it happen tonight 2 times in the UFC, maybe even 3 times, actually, on the prelims, and I think once on the main card. Next week, I think next week's card will be a little bit better. It's a really good card on the UFC card, and a lot better freaking boxing main event and just card period. But this wasn't a bad card. I said this Thursday morning on Savage Inc. Picks. So I only picked 7 fights on this card because these are the boxes I knew. I was 6-1, except for the last fight. So this is the first one I had, Khan. I picked him in a 7-round KO. Umar Khan defeats Kador Himiani, via 8-round decision. So it was a decision. So, I was off with the KO. So what? Still picked the right winner. Adam Hamed defeats Georgi Velichkov. I'm sorry, pal. I've heard your name before. I'm just making sure I don't get it fucking wrong, brother. Velichkov. Yeah, Velichkov. I had this in a decision because it was only a 4-round fight. And, perfect pick, right? Babyface, just get back to the fucking drawing board, kid, because your record is, it's not that. Actually, let's look at his record real quick, just to show you guys. 3-22. Like, what trainer is going to let their fighter? Oh, what the? No. Sorry about that. What trainer is going to let their fighter go through that much, that many losses? I mean, after so many losses without so many wins, like, how are you gonna? How do you justify that? I don't know. I don't know how you justify that. I really don't. I really don't know how you justify that. So 6 out of 7 winners, 1 perfect, 340 points, right? Okay, so we're right here, right? So check out this guy's record, like 3-22, and nothing, dude. Nothing but respect for you, dude, because you keep trying. So I'm not gonna say you're a bum or nothing because you're trying. You know what I mean? And someone sees something in you. Someone sees something in you. You know what I mean? I just don't get it. 3-22, like. I don't know, dude. You need to make some changes, kid. And you're only 23 years old. So maybe that's what it is. Maybe you just fought a lot of good fighters young. You know what I mean? Maybe you were a pro really young and, you just levels the fight. And once you went pro, you probably realized that. Obviously, you did realize that. Babyface. But, dude, that was an easy pick. But, yeah, man, I wish you'd see the light, my man, because get into MMA or something. Get into bare knuckle boxing. You know what I mean? Get into something. Get into something because there's a lot of other things you could do. Yeah, it's not looking good, brother. Get back in that gym and keep training. But Hamed, I think this is Nassim Hamed's. I don't think it's his son. I think it's his nephew or his brother's kid, or something like that, or his sister's kid. I'm pretty sure, but I could be wrong. I could be wrong. I'm not saying guaranteed, but I'm pretty sure. So that one, 2 winners right off the road, right off the bat, right? This kid right here, I was telling you guys, this kid's really good right here. This kid's up and coming talent. He's going to be good. Royston Bonnie Smith defeats Brian Barajas via 8-round decision. I had a KO in the 6th round. I thought he would wear this man out. And, he hung in there. But if you watch the fight, you'll see, like I told people Thursday morning, I said, watch this kid. Watch this kid right here. Watch his technique. Watch how he throws punches. Watch how confident he is in himself. And, you can tell who puts in the work and who doesn't. This kid's a tough kid too, right here. This kid's a tough kid. He just fought an up-and-coming kind of like phenom. You know what I mean? Kind of reminds me of Oscar De La Hoya when he was young. You know what I mean? Right when he fought in the Olympics and right when he came out of the Olympics. So good job, dude. Good job. Get back in the gym, dude, and just train harder. Work on your fucking faults, man. Everybody knows their faults. Everybody knows what they're not good. It's just humility. You just gotta be honest with yourself. You know what I mean? Moses Itauma defeats Marish Waksh via KO TKO at 2:30 round 2. I had round 8. Yeah. It doesn't matter. It was still a KO, TKO, because you know why? Heavyweights, heavy hands. You know what I mean? Usually, 9 out of 10 heavyweight fights are usually knockouts, or the percentage is way up there. But I didn't think he would finish him that quick. But this kid right here reminds me of Tua. That's who this guy reminds me of, Tua. He's just short, lower to the center of gravity, and has heavy hands. So he won the WBO Intercontinental Heavyweight title last night. It's another win. Dennis McCann defeats Eunat Baluta via 12-round decision. McCann was the champ. He was the champion in this fight. The EBU European Super Bantamweight title, 122 pounds. And Dennis the Menace McCann. Good job. This kid's fucking definitely skilled. But Baluta, good job. You went the distance with this McCann, and you did well. I mean, you went the distance. What did Rocky say? I only want to go the distance with the champ, right? Yeah, that's saying something. Even though you lost, you still want the distance, dude. So, nothing to be ashamed of, dude. This kid's just really good right there. He's really good. He's up and coming talent, and he's good. He's a little bit better than good. Okay, what did I have that? Yeah, 12-round decision. So I had him a KO in 11 round. As you guys know, the people that know me, I like to pick a lot of knockouts. Ryan Garner defeats Archie Sharp via 10-round decision. Garner gave Sharp a boxing lesson, basically. Sharpshooter Archie Sharp. Just get back in the gym, man. Back in the gym. And you want the distance with this kid. This kid's really good right here. The Piranha. Sharpshooter. That's your AKA. Be more of a sharpshooter. It's all about timing. It's all about distance. It's all about range. Know when to throw those punches. You know what I mean? Palman, what's happening, brother? Good to see you, brother. Even Dana thought yesterday's event was crap. He said, I'm never going to up the fucking bonuses again. Yeah, like, I don't even know how many bonuses were given, because I haven't even watched the post fights yet. I want to start doing these post fights right after the fights are over. You know what I mean? Because it's the only time they're fresh in my mind, because I'm always thinking the next day of the next week. You know what I mean? I'm already doing research for the next week. So I just do it now. I don't let myself get emotionally invested. You know what I mean? I don't know. I only saw the headline. Oh, okay. All right, brother. I'm glad to have you in here, brother. Yeah, I gave that card a 5, but I gave it a 6 because of the fans and stuff. And fuck, they have to go there at 5 in the morning to watch the fights. I mean, something like that. Something didn't register with me with the time. You know, the time the car was on here, the UFC car was on the East Coast of America, was 6 hours difference from England. So if they're starting at 5 in the morning, right? It should have started at 11 a.m. here on the East Coast of America. So I don't know, man. I thought I don't know how they do that. I don't know. You know what I mean? Pre-recorded. Obviously, it would be pre-recorded or something, but the numbers just don't add up. The hours, the time, it just doesn't add up. So I don't know how they pull that off. I don't know how they keep it a secret. I don't know how they do that shit. I wish we'd have, right now with the UFC, I wish we'd have like fights every, I don't know, once a month. So that way you could have elite fighters fighting every month and up the fucking, the bonuses to 200,000 or something. Give them a reason to fucking win. You know what I mean? Give them a reason to give it their all. And I think every fighter gave it their all tonight. You know, except for the ones that got knocked out or whatever. I think there was 1 or 2 knockouts. We'll look at that in a couple minutes. But yeah, it wasn't the best card. The best card so far has been 300 so far this year. I'm not complaining because we get a card every week. I'm not complaining. I'm one of the few that don't complain. There's a lot of people that complain out there. And I understand why they complain. I get it. But here's the thing. You want to complain about it? Go fight. Go fight in the octagon and go do it yourself. And then you'll understand it's not as easy as you think it is. You know what I mean? But if you're paying for the product and you're not happy, I get it. We're not going to get fucking epic cards every single fucking week. At least we have fights every single week. I'll be honest, Palman can verify this. He's from the Netherlands. You know where a lot of kickboxers come from. And one championship, Muay Thai, every Friday morning never disappoints. It never disappoints. You know why? Because it's death before dishonor with those people. It doesn't even matter if they're not from Thailand. They still come in there to fight. Haggerty's younger brother went out there and made it look easy. He's that fucking good. Haggerty's. It's just in their bloodline. They're fucking killers. You know what I mean? In the ring. And Muay Thai's fought in the ring. Sometimes it's fought in a cage, you know, in America when they come to America. I think they come to America next week. Yeah, they come to America next week. That's going to be, I think there's like 8 more fights on that card, Palman. I think Chatri, if I was you, I would bring a lot of Muay Thai over to America and some kickboxing. MMA, the UFC has the most MMA fighters. You know, they got it on lock. They got it monopolized. You know what I mean? They bought Strike Force. They bought Pride. They bought it all. And now they can't buy no more promotions, MMA promotions anyways. But there are some good MMA. Obviously, Mighty Mouse is over there, right? Demetrius Johnson. There's a lot of other. There's a triple champ over there right now. Malachi, something like that. He was a light heavyweight champ. He won the heavyweight championship and won the middleweight championship all within a year's time, which is pretty impressive. I'd like to see John Jones fight him. That's why I like to cross promote and see them two go at it. But that probably ain't gonna happen. I'm sorry, Palman. Let me read your comments, brother. It was a flop. Yeah, it kind of was, brother. I didn't like it even a little bit. Palman, brother. You know me, brother. I'm never gonna fucking say anything bad, dude. Your opinion is your opinion, and I didn't think it was that great either. But I'm definitely not gonna complain about it because we do get these fights. And you know what? England, they're fucking very passionate. They're very biased fans, but they're very passionate. And that's what I like. You know, I like passionate fans. I don't have nothing against England. You know what I mean? It's just certain people. They're just like, it's England or nothing. You know what I mean? Or nothing. And I kind of get it. But here's the thing. If there's not an American champion in MMA, I'm not going to get pissed off. Oh, shit. This ain't showing up on the fucking screen? What the fuck? Why ain't this on the screen? Oh, there we go. Now it's up on the screen. It should come right back up. I can't let that go for too long. Let me see. I know it's on the screen. It should pop up right now on YouTube screen, Facebook's, and Twitter's /X. Yeah. Okay. It's up there. Let me see. It was a lot. Palman, I know, brother. Like, I agree with you. You know what I mean? I agree with you. I agree to disagree, but I definitely agree. Dana isn't even caring anymore. I don't think it's that he doesn't care no more. I think it's just, you know, he's putting these people together to fight, and it's the other guys, Shelby, and it's not even their fault. They're just putting in people in there that they think will be a good fight. You know what I mean? Usually they get it right. Yeah, 298, 299, and 300 were the best pay-per-view numbered fights. And there hasn't been one since that has been as good, in my opinion. Other than Alex Pereira, you know, main events and stuff like that were good, you know, just as good or whatever. But the whole card, I'm saying, you know what I mean? It's like early prelims through the main event. It's hard to get all of those fights to be really good. On paper, it was really good, but not really that great. Just wasn't a great fucking card, in my opinion, and your opinion and a lot of other people's. But I'm not complaining because next week we got Umar versus Sandhagen. Umar is Khabib's first cousin, and he only uses wrestling when he has to. He's mostly a striker, but he's an elite wrestler too. He's an elite wrestler, and he just came off a shoulder injury the last fight he fought. So people are like, oh, he didn't look that good to me. They was like, oh, granted, what happened to your boy? I go, he won the fight, right? I go watch his highlight fucking rails. Go watch his highlight rails, and you'll see how good he is with his fucking feet, kicks, punches, all of it. His brother Usman, right? Khabib's first cousin too. He's a Bellator lightweight champion, 155. I mean, they're both really fucking good, man. Even better than Islam and Khabib, striking wise. I don't know if he's not caring no more, Pellman. I don't know about that, brother. I think he cares a lot, brother. I think he loves to do this, man. He's the last one to leave the war room every day. He might be not the first one there, but he's the last one to leave. He calls people at 2 in the fucking morning, 3 in the morning, 4 in the morning. You know what I mean? Like, I give Dana White a lot of credit for his work ethic and what he's put together, and the Fertittas for putting up the money, and the two Shelby and they're at the tip of my tongue, the names, but the guys that put the fights together and Dana okays it or whatever, you know what I mean? They put together a lot of good cards, especially during the shutdown and stuff. I mean, we had fights every week, you know what I mean? So, you know, we got to take the good with the bad, you know what I mean? It's like, you know, there's pros and cons, you know what I mean? And a lot of these mixed martial artists, even boxers too, they all just want to be fucking famous and shit. And that's not why you want to fight. You want to fight for legacy, not for fucking fame. Because once you get famous, you're going to find out it's not that fucking fun. It's not as fun as people think it is. Yeah, those cards were oh yeah, absolutely, bro. Those were great cards. And they actually produced, you know what I mean? And most UFC cards do produce, you know what I mean? But tonight's, I don't know how many decisions were there, Pellman, and how many knockouts or submissions. I think it's like maybe 2 knockouts and 2 or 3 submissions, tops. I could be even because I was watching 3 different fucking screens. So I was watching boxing and MMA. So I don't know, man. It was just, yeah, it was hard. You're right. It was hard to watch tonight. It was very hard. For some reason, Muay Thai isn't winning much, Papa. I don't know. You know why? Because every time they come over here with the one cards, there's hardly no Muay Thai fights on there. They're mostly grappling, which is Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, right? There's a few Muay Thai fights, and there's a few MMA fights, and there's a few kickboxing fights. If they just stuck with Muay Thai and a little kickboxing, they would fucking do great. They would fucking do great in America, because America loves standing and banging, standing and fight. They love courageous people that will not go down no matter what. So I don't know why it's not catching on in America. It has caught on. It has caught on with us. You know what I mean, Pellman? There's very few of us that watch Muay Thai. I know there's other people that watch it. Joe Rogan watches it. There's a lot of people that watch Muay Thai. It's just, there's this thing with boxing, mixed martial arts, like hardcore boxing fans don't like MMA. Hardcore MMA, mixed martial arts fans don't like boxing. It's like, why? I love them all. I love them all. Why wouldn't you like both? You know what I mean? It's like, I can see, you know what I mean? I can see, like, not like in wrestling or something. If you like punching, you like kicking, and you like blood, and you like fucking, you know, seeing people get knocked down and get back up again and fucking win the fight. You know, it's the ones that get knocked down and get back up again and win. And like, just seeing that is pretty amazing. It inspires people. You know what I mean? There isn't nothing you can't accomplish in life. There isn't. Yeah, I don't know. I don't get it, because it is a cool sport, brother. Muay Thai is insane. It's insane. And they got that warrior mentality. Like, you have to shut their lights out for them to stop fights. It's legitimately got knocked the fuck out, AJ. Congratulations. At the beginning of the post fights here, I said, congratulations to Bilal Muhammad. I said, congratulations to Tom Aspinall. He's a fucking class act, A+. Tom Aspinall. I said, Muhammad, you proved me wrong. You proved me wrong. Bilal Muhammad, you proved me wrong. Not that you didn't deserve a shot at the title. You did deserve a shot at that title. But I just didn't think you were going to beat Leon Edwards. Not that you can't beat him. Yeah, anyone can win. I just thought Leon Edwards was definitely going to beat him. And I was wrong. Fucking Bilal is 10 times the better fighter he was back in 2022 when he fought Leon Edwards that first time. And I don't think it was the eye poke that hurt him. I know it was a body kick that hurt him, because the body kick landed while the eye poke landed. You know what I mean? You see Bisping, he fought with one eye. He faked 15 fucking eye tests before the fights. I mean, yeah, I guess it hurts a little bit, fucking, eyeball soup or whatever. Try having someone's finger going like this in your eye while you're on the ground. A friend of mine used to stick his index finger in people's eyes while they were on the ground and go like this in their fucking eyes. It was called eyeball soup. We called it eyeball soup. And it's pretty good in a street fight. It's a good fucking tactic. You know what I mean? But I got humility. I'll say, hey, I was wrong. You were better than I thought you were, fucking Bilal. And, it's just humility. Like, I have no problem admitting it. You know what I mean? Just like Aspinall, I thought Blades could do it. You know what I mean? I thought Blades could do it. I don't think Tom Aspinall is a hype job. I didn't even think Bilal was a hype job. He had 9-fight winning streak. He hasn't lost a fight in fucking 5 years. But he was definitely losing that fight versus Edwards in 2022. I don't care what anyone says. And I don't think it was the eye poke that hurt him. Because if it was the eye poke that hurt him, he would have stood right up and just was holding his eye. He was on the ground, rolling over, because he just got kicked in the fucking ribs right when the eye poke happened. Because Leon was like this while the kick landed, right when the eye poke happened. So how many people fought John Jones and eye pokes, and very rarely was there stoppages. You know what I mean? It's just you gotta go through that shit. You have to fight through that shit. It was the body kick, and Bilal will never admit it. See, I'm admitting, hey, I was wrong. I was wrong about Bilal. He was good. I believe Shavkat will fucking. Let's see. All right, here's the deal. When you get the belt, that's hot enough. You know what's hotter? Holding that belt, and not fucking sitting out for a year and a half at a time and milking it. No, I'm talking about defending that belt and keeping that belt. Well, good luck with Shavkat, because I think Shavkat is the next one to have that belt, and I think he will hold that belt for a while. At least Leon Edwards defended the title, two or three times, right? Leon Edwards has nothing to be ashamed of. I mean, his life story, right? He had it tough, you know what I mean? And he's done well. You know what I mean? Did well. I love his corner guy. I love his fucking corner guys. I really do. What the fuck is wrong with you? What the fuck is wrong with you? And I do think, 5 a.m, it doesn't bother me getting up that early in training. But some people just don't get up that early and train. You know what I mean? They sleep and they wake up and they, chill for an hour or two. They eat. I don't eat before I train. I like to eat on an empty stomach because I feel like you got enough energy from the day before. You know what I mean? I don't eat right before I go to sleep either. I eat an hour or two before I go to sleep, because when I used to eat right before I went to sleep, that's when I gained all my fucking weight. You know what I mean? When I was lifting weights and stuff, that's just, you want to get bigger. That's basically what you got to do. But it's not good to eat right before you go to bed. It's not to stuff your face and then go to sleep. It's just not good for you. It's not good for you. Palman, I don't get it either, brother. It's a great sport. It's not just cool. It's a great sport. Muay Thai. I know he's good. Oh yeah. I know who you're talking. Elite. Absolutely, brother. It comes across as if he didn't put in the work for the last pay-per-views. Yeah, because he's got, you know what it is? He's putting all this money into this sphere card. There's only 10 fights on it. You know what I mean? But it's never been done before. So, and he's got the slap league. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I agree, Palman. I think you're right about that. He's just doing way too many things. Way too many things. But that's why he has those other two guys there to, make the fights. You know what I mean? And get Dana's permission or whatever. You know what I mean? And the war room. You know what I mean? I don't remember exactly, but you remember I didn't like it. Oh, yeah, I remember you saying it the whole time. Muay Thai. You always make your point, brother. I don't blame you, brother. I agree with you a lot. I do. I agree with you. I love MMA though, elite MMA fighters. You know what I mean? Like next week we got Saneg and Uma. That's gonna be a fucking insane fight. Even I was surprised by that. But was AJ, you know what? Hey, you know, I'm sure the Palestinian people are fucking happy. They have a fucking hero to look up to right now. And that's a good fucking thing for the younger generation. You know what I mean? What's his name to call, you know, for Bilal to call him a coward and all this shit, Edwards? How the fuck is he a coward? Like, that don't even make sense to me. It doesn't even make fucking sense. And, you know, the Palestinians and Israel and the Middle East, they've been warring because they have all different. AJ, you know this because you're Middle Eastern, right? A little bit, right? Or half Middle East or something like that. I know you know all about Middle East. Like they've been having wars for thousands of years. They've been going at it, all of those countries in that vicinity. So unless you're an expert on that shit, not you, I'm talking about quote unquote people. Like there's people that are protesting that shit and they don't know one thing about it. People go up to them and put a microphone and say, what are you protesting about? Like, you know, and they're like, they don't even know. These are college students. They don't even fucking know. It's people just want to be parts of fucking clans or crews or fucking groups or whatever the fuck it is. People just follow. They don't fucking lead. You know what I mean? There's nothing wrong with following good people. You know what I mean? There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that at all. But when you're just following shit because you're trying to fit in or whatever the fuck, if people don't like you, they don't fucking like you. Fuck them, man. That gives you more inspiration to fucking prove them fucking wrong. And then when they come to try to be your fucking friend, you say, oh, you remember when you didn't want to be my fucking friend? You know what I mean? It's like that when you're a younger kid. You know what I mean? I was lucky. I had a lot of good friends when I was a young kid. You know what I mean? I had a lot of older kids that, you know, liked me and I liked them. You know what I mean? I looked up to those guys. You know what I mean? When I was a young kid. You know what I mean? And then as I got older, I still respected them. You know what I mean? But, you know, I think they would all admit it. A lot of them are fucking dead. God bless their souls. They went way too young. But, you know, I always felt like I knew one day I would be able to fucking, keep up with them or beat them, you know, in a fight. Because I just knew I was more athletic than a lot of them. If you're more athletic, you're probably going to be a better fighter. Yeah, I definitely remember you didn't like it, Palman. Yeah, AJ. But, AJ, to see you happy, you know, with the win, brother, I'm happy for you, brother. I really am. I'm happy when people, I'm not going to be a little bitch and cry. What the fuck? Palman's not doing that. He's just being honest. You know what I mean? That's all. Like, you know, we're not going to bitch. You know what I mean? We're not going to bitch. We get fights every fucking week. You know what I mean? You got to be happy. You know what I mean? With that shit, you have to just be happy. Yeah, I had a feeling that skills improved after the last. You know what? I think it was training with Khabib and them. I really believe that's what catapulted him to the next level. I did, because when he picked up fucking Edwards fucking and dropped him on his freaking head, god damn, man, he's lucky he wasn't fucking paralyzed. You know what I mean? Lucky he didn't hit the part of the canvas there, had like metal steel underneath it. You know what I mean? Because there is steel brackets under there. You know what I mean? He's just lucky he didn't land on a fucking really solid pot. You know what I mean? Or he would have been fucking paralyzed, broken neck or something. I don't know how they did it, but his striking improved and his wrestling went high level. Well, his striking improved when he fought what's his name a couple fights ago. When he beat what's his name who knocked him out. The guy with the brain bleed over in Brazil, who's fighting. What the fuck's his name? He's been in the game for a while too, but he's a nice guy too. It's at the tip of my tongue, but him coming back and knocking out a guy that knocked him out, I mean, that's mental. That's all mental. That's like most guys that get knocked out by someone and they go fight them again. They always have that in the back of their mind, and it fucks with their confidence. You know what I mean? I think Khabib training Bilal and Khabib's whole team, I think that made him understand that he had to train harder. And I think he even admitted that actually on a podcast or something like that. And he said, definitely that showed me that I wasn't doing enough. You know what I mean? Khabib, his father, they train with body weight training. They train 3 times a day. They pray 8, 9, 10 times a day or whatever it is. They're always giving fucking praise to the Most High. You know what I mean? And Allah in the Islam religion. And I should be praying more than once a day and reading a page from the good book. You know what I mean? I should be doing more than that. I should be praying a few times a day, 3, 4, 5 times a day. You know what I mean? And giving glory. But, that's just the way it was. He was losing the fight, the first fight. Oh, yeah, he definitely was losing that fight for a way out. I agree. And that's what I thought. That's why I thought he was like kind of, I just didn't like the shit he was saying and stuff. He's saying he's better than everybody in the UFC. I'm like, dude, chill, dude. You're not better than GSP. You're not better than fucking Kamaru Usman. Kamaru Usman went through that division twice. He overlapped that division twice. So, I don't know, dude. Bilal, go on like with this belt. Like, defend that belt like 10 times. Like, how many times did Usman defend it? Defend it more than he did, and then you can say that. Then you can say you're the best welterweight ever or whatever. Until then, you can't say that, dude. There's no way. It comes across as if he didn't put in the work for the last. It comes across as if he did. Yeah, I kind of agree with that, Pelman. I kind of do, dude. I do. I definitely. Oh, okay, I already read that. He was losing. He was definitely losing that first fight. Yeah, I had a feeling his skills improved after the last. Yeah, it was probably even like 3 or 4 fights. AJ. He won fucking 9 in a row. He definitely deserved the title shot. You know what I mean? There's no doubt he deserved that title shot. I don't know how they did it, but his striking improved. Yeah, his striking definitely improved. And his wrestling, his wrestling went a lot better. He went to Dak. Yep. Yes, he did. He trained with Khabib and them for like 2 months. And remember Khabib offered Cyril Gane to go over there, come over here and train for a year or 2. And Gane didn't take him up on it. I don't know, but he definitely trained with the. Oh yeah, he definitely trained with them. He trained with them in Dakistan. Not now. Khabib's here in America, and I think Khabib is going to fight again. What they did to him over there in Russia is horrible. What they did to Khabib is horrible. He's harmless, not harmless in the octagon. I mean in society, he's a good fucking man. You know what I mean? He's so humble. He always likes to give. They're all such good people over there. You know what I mean? I don't understand it. Even with my Russian friends, they, Moscow, they don't like Dagestan for something. I don't know why. I don't understand it. It doesn't make sense to me. Pretty sure I heard something about it. Yeah, no, he did, Pelman. He did train with them. I seen fucking video footage. And he was like, what the fuck? And he was fucking tired and shit. And like, it took him a couple fucking days to adjust, but he did it though. I give him a lot of fucking credit, man. He showed up what he was, lacked in confidence or whatever the fuck it was. Like AJ said, his wrestling got a lot better. I think that head spike messed Leon up. Yeah, it did, but you know what? He still fought pretty good. I thought he was out cold. Yeah, but like I said, if he landed on like one of the solid parts of that, I shouldn't call it canvas because it's not canvas. It's like a non-slip material. It's kind of like a plastic nylon type thing. You know what I mean? But there are certain parts in that octagon that are solid, and there's certain parts that are just flat. You know what I mean? So if he hit one of those places where a steel bracket was or something on his head, it would have probably been a lot fucking worse. But yeah, he was definitely discombobulated. He was definitely on Quest Street. You know what I mean? No doubt about it. But he shook it off, and he was landing some pretty good fucking punches. Bilal just got better with the hands, and he's a lot better with his wrestling. And I really believe Edwards didn't fight the fight he should have fought. He should have been keeping his distance, keeping it range at distance, and every time Bilal went in for a fucking a takedown, he could sprawl easier. You know what I mean? Once Bilal got a hold of him, I heard some people. I seen some people. I always shut off the chats like on UFC app and stuff and Fight Pass and all that shit. I always shut those things off because I just don't want to read them. I'll read the chat, the Animal Room, the Savage Romare, City Life, the City Life Projects room, chat room, Total Pole Nation. I'll read all those people's comments because it's a positive fucking channel. But everyone's gonna have their own opinions. I don't argue with nobody because people have the right to their own opinions. You know what I mean? But some people's opinions are really fucking silly. They're just silly. I think that head spike mess. It probably did mess him up. You know what I mean? But he did come back fighting, though. You know what I mean? He was fucking fighting. He was fighting. I don't think that was the reason he lost. You know what I mean? But it definitely surprised him. I'm sure it surprised him. And it surprised me to see him. Not that Bilal couldn't pick him up and fucking drop him or nothing like that. Just the way he did it. Because I'm sure Edwards was fucking pretty surprised he was going for a fucking ride like that too. You know what I mean? It's that's a John Jones move, actually. That's a John Jones move. John Jones, when he picked people up and slammed them, forget about it. I thought he broke his neck. Yeah, you would think he would break his neck. I guarantee he's definitely going to have some neck problems for a while. And you know what? He has nothing to be ashamed of. He really has nothing to be ashamed of. He'll always be a champion, no matter what. He won that championship belt, and he'll always be a champ. I think he was still out of it. Yeah, he probably was, AJ and Palmer. He probably was. I don't know. You know what I mean? Because he was still fighting pretty good. Maybe he wasn't fighting as smart. You know what I mean? Maybe that, probably fucked up his distance, his peripheral vision, maybe, a little bit. Maybe it threw the whole game plan out the window, you know what I mean? But you should always have more than one game plan. I was saying earlier before you guys jumped in, whatever. Every fighter should be watching film on their opponents, not just letting their trainers do it. You should be doing it, not you guys, but the fighters, the mixed martial arts, the boxers should always be watching their opponents, watching their tendencies, what they do after they throw certain punches or their tendencies, what they always do. You know what I mean? They're not mixing it up. And that's what Terrence Crawford's going to show you guys this week coming up. You're going to see how he downloads data for 1 to 3 rounds. Once he figures out his opponent, they're done. The guy he's fighting next week's a really fucking tough kid from Russia. He's from the Russian province. Like, he's from, Asia. He's from, one of those countries outside of Russia, right outside of Russia, or he's from Russia. I forget, actually. We'll look it up. I'll look it up in a little bit. But that guy he's fighting is a really tough kid. Really tough kid. But we all want the Crawford fight. You know what I mean? We all want the Crawford fight. We want the Crawford Canelo fight, I mean. I thought, he could have easily. I think you guys got a valid point there. I don't think you guys are wrong. Let's see what Edwards says. You know what I mean? I don't even think he would admit it. But I definitely think he would admit that it was definitely surprising. He was surprised that he was that strong. You know what I mean? But he is strong. I've seen Bilal get better and better and better. I have seen him get better and better and better. And I like to see that. I do like to see that. I've seen Blades get better too with his hands. When he first started in the UFC, he wasn't good with his hands at all. Wasn't good with his hands at all. He got better. But, you know, Aspinall's fucking tough. I believe John Jones will fight the winner. I believe the winner of John Jones is Stipe. And Stipe was always my favorite heavyweight in this, you know, era. But once John Jones went in Cain Velasquez and even DC was one of my favorites. You know, in this era, I'm saying, you know, in the back and way back, it was like Crow Cop. There was a lot of guys. There's just so many fucking great heavyweights. You know what I mean? From back in the days. Laugh out loud. I love MMA. I love MMA if the actual fight, but are not a hugging. Oh yeah, absolutely. Holding on to someone's back. Except yeah, laying praying. I can't stand that. They're just taking a break. But you know, after 30 seconds, you should get your fucking wind back, a second or whatever, and start advancing. You know, side mount, full mount, or fucking elbows, or fucking, you know, punches, or stand the fuck up, kick the guy in the fucking, you know, kick him in the fucking hamstrings, kick him in the ass, kick him in the fucking calves, and then let him get up. You know what I mean? Like, if you're not going to if you're just going to lay and pray, it's fucking ridiculous. I agree, Palman. I agree with you. 100%, brother. AJ spent time in the Middle East, but not from, no, I know you're from Jersey. I know that. I know. I thought you, like your one body of your family was Middle Eastern, the other half was like, you know, Italian. So I forget. Maybe I'm thinking of someone else, AJ, but I know you did spend a lot of time in the Middle East. I did remember that. AJ. They researched Leon like a book. Yeah, yes, they did, brother. You see how Bilal was able to counter Leon's best defense. Yeah, he definitely countered it really good. Laugh out loud, Grant. I'm not happy. I could care less. I'm just shocked by this guy's performance. I'm pretty shocked too, to be honest with you, brother. I'm pretty shocked too, bro. It was just good to see someone happy in there. You know what I mean? Actually, there was a few people happy in there. In the animal room. Bilal looked like the better fighter. No, not. Yeah, definitely tonight he looked better. Leon had no business. Yesterday. He met his match yesterday, but doesn't mean he can't come back and do well. You know what I mean? He's still young. I just watched the first 30 seconds and knew Bilal had it. Wow, I didn't. Right after that bounce on the head, that was pretty telltale sign. But yeah, I guess you could tell. After 30 seconds or a minute or whatever. You know, certain people see things a little bit quicker than others. You know what I mean? AJ, I know you're not lying. I know you don't need to lie. You know what I mean? I know you're a pretty honest person. So, because Leon kept saying that Bilal wrestling wasn't shit. Well, that's not. Yeah, I think Leon was lying to himself too, because obviously Bilal knows how to wrestle. Right. And when I saw that first takedown, I was like, wow, his game. Yeah, he definitely improved. No doubt about it. And that's why I don't like when I see mixed martial artists not get better. Like, you know, they can't admit to themselves, or they don't want to admit they're weak in an area, or whatever the fuck it is. You know what I mean? That's what they should be working on. Anything they're really good that got them there, they should always, you know, work that, but work the things that you're bad at, because it is mixed martial arts. You have to be good at it all. I think I'm about to move there. Where, brother? Oh, Middle East, you mean? Middle East somewhere? Well, AJ, whatever's best for you, brother, as long as you're happy, I'm happy, brother. You know what I mean? I like to see everyone happy, brother. And wherever you plan on moving to, brother, I support you, brother. Overeem got me actually into MMA. Yeah, Overeem was a fucking savage, man. He beat in kickboxing, he was a savage. You know what I mean? He beat He beat the heavyweight champ when he came to the UFC. He beat what's his name from WWF? Whose daughter looks just like him. Fucking, I can't believe. Brock Lesnar, duh. Brock Lesnar. Yeah, when he beat the shit out of Brock Lesnar, like I think Brock Lesnar was shocked. You know what I mean? And when fucking Ngannou fucking knocked out fucking when he knocked out fucking Overeem, I never seen someone's head snap back that far and not be fucking all fucked up. You know what I mean? Like not be like, talk about being fucking paralyzed. Like there's another one right there that I seen a podcast with Overeem on Jackson podcast recently. He seemed so happy. He's with his third went through 2 divorces with 2 women. Now he's with his third, a woman that he loves, and you know what I mean? He's she's not out for the money or whatever. Like she signed a prenup and everything. They're about to get married and stuff. And I'm just happy he found happiness. You know what I mean? He's all about he don't look like an AIDS patient. He looks healthy to me. You know what I mean? He looks strong. You know what I mean? He's just not all jacked up from the fucking steroids no more. You know what I mean? That's all it is. You know what I mean? But when people shred up, that's healthier. It's healthier on your insides. You know what I mean? You want lean muscle. Bulky muscle ain't gonna help you too much. It can help you in certain situations. In other situations, you're gonna get tired pretty quick. Unless most people that want to get big and stay big like that, they don't want to do a lot of cardio. They don't want to do a lot of cardio because they think they get smaller doing cardio. No, a matter of fact, it doesn't make you smaller. It just takes your fat away, and it makes you look even bigger because it shreds you. You're getting shredded. The more cardio you do, the more shredded you look. Your muscles get leaner. You know what I mean? And that's just the truth. I think I'm Overeem, yep. Yeah, wow. Overeem got me actually into MMA. Wow, dude. Wow. Overeem. Yeah, Overeem's pretty fucking good, man. Still to this day, he could fuck people up if he really had to. Got me into following. Yeah, Overeem, a lot of people like Overeem. I like Overeem, you know what I mean? A lot of people like Overeem. Yep, Brock Lesnar, yep. Man, his daughter thinks she's a man. Well, she looks just like her father. I heard she's dismantling people. Like, I heard she's, I don't know. I heard there's a bunch of colleges out there looking for her or something, or she's already in college or something like that. And her future's looking bright. You know what I mean? She's like a woman Bo Nickel. Kind of looks like, I'm not going to say a girl looks like a guy, but kind of looks like a guy. But it's just because we know what Brock Lesnar looks like, you know what I mean? And not only that, she's, that picture that we seen, she was in her training, wrestling gear or whatever, fucking mixed martial arts gear, whatever. So, yeah, absolutely, because we're so used to seeing Brock Lesnar, and she looks just like him. So, you could mistake her for a boy or a young man, you know what I mean? Absolutely. If you didn't know who Brock Lesnar was, you know what I mean? Absolutely. I bet you she's stronger than a lot of men. I guarantee that. She looks it. I feel bad for Overeem. He didn't deserve that. What didn't he deserve, my man? Palman, I'm trying to remember what I said. The 2 divorces with the woman, or didn't deserve the knockout or something? I don't know about that. The knockout, because you find Francis Ngannou, like, fucking Overeem could have beat Ngannou too. You know what I mean? He has the skills to do it. You know what I mean? He had the skills to do it back then. He just didn't do it. I didn't know what you were talking about. Oh, the Overeem, thanks. Oh, yeah, brother. Yeah, he was talking about that on the Jackson podcast. Yeah, I feel bad for him too, brother. And you know what? I went through that with my daughter. You know what I mean? She's my daughter's gay, dude. And the funny thing is if she would have told me like at around 16 or 17, because she went to the fucking prom with a boy, you know what I mean? The president of the fucking of the seniors, you know what I mean? So that never even entered my mind. The day she fucking graduated, she ran down the stairs and said, I've been wanting to tell you guys this for a long time. I'm fucking gay. You know what I mean? So I'm like, what? What? I'm like, I was just more shocked than anything. It's my fucking daughter. You know what I mean? So I don't give a fuck. I really don't give a fuck what adults do behind closed doors. I don't have nothing against gay people. You know what I mean? I just think they have too many colors. You know what I mean? They want the whole fucking rainbow. You know what I mean? I don't have nothing against what adults do behind closed doors or what I just don't like them pushing it on fucking people, you know, like kids and stuff in school. Like, you know, going in the kids shouldn't be allowed. I guess in California, they just passed this new law where the teachers and the kids don't have to tell the parents anything if their kids, you know, kids are confused at that age. And then we all know our brains don't mature to 25. You know what I mean? It's scientifically proven. And I don't think any kid should be able to make that fucking decision. You know what I mean? I think the parents should fucking be involved. And, you know, parents that, I don't know, man. I don't know. Like, I don't know. Like, you see so many people transition, right? And then they regret it. They regret it. And you can't go back. You know what I mean? And then there's suicidal thoughts and there's, you know, and it's all about profit. You know what I mean? You know how many places do those operations now? Like way too many. Way too fucking many. It's just one of those things. I'm not against anybody. You know, people want to do what the fuck they want to do. But kids, wait till they're adults and then make that decision. You know what I mean? And I'm sure a lot of those people would say I'm right about that. I don't think they would say I'm wrong. I feel bad for Uberim. He didn't deserve. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, he didn't deserve that. But I didn't deserve it either, brother. But you know what? My daughter's happy. And you know what? She's killing it in life. And I know for a fact she's almost a black belt in fucking Okinawan karate because we brought her karate two times a week, and just so she could protect herself in case we weren't around or whatever, you know, bullies or whatever the fuck, you know what I mean? I just knew she was tough already, but very stubborn, more stubborn than me and my wife, and I'm very stubborn, and my wife's very stubborn, and she's 10 times more stubborn than us. So, you know what? It's not easy, Palman, but I'm not ashamed to say it because I love my daughter regardless. I just want my kids to be happy. You know what I mean? My son has a Japanese girlfriend. They're very happy. You know what I mean? They both go to college and stuff. So, you know, I'm blessed. I have, I guess, the best of both. I have a girl and I have a boy. You know what I mean? And I'll probably get grandchildren out of my son. You know what I mean? But doesn't mean I don't love my daughter just because she's gay. You know what I mean? I still love her to death because, you know, I raised her and she's always been a good girl. You know what I mean? So now she's a young lady. She'll be 29 in October, and she's actually absolutely killing it in life. So I cannot say anything bad. I would never say anything bad. It's my fucking daughter. It's what changed my mindset in life. Yeah. It does, brother. It does. And I said, you know what? I was actually fucking wrong because I said that's a fucking sin. You went to CCD, Sunday school, you know, raised Catholic, all this shit. But if she would just told me at around 15, 16, you know, Dad, I don't know, I'm confused. I said, Ash, it doesn't even matter. I love you regardless. Yeah, I'd probably be a little disappointed in the back of my head, but you know what? It is what it is. You know what I mean? There's nothing I could say that would fucking, you know, if that's what you're, you know, what's it called? That's what you're attracted to. I don't know. I've never been attracted to men. You know what I mean? But I've liked women since first grade. I was kissing third graders in first grade when I used to go swimming at night. You know what I mean? Like girls I went to school with. You know what I mean? So I always knew what I liked. You know what I mean? I just don't know how that happens in a family. I don't know if that happens every 100th person of every family line. I don't know how that happens. But like I said, people that are gay, I don't have a problem with people that are gay. I just don't like that they, have to push it on everybody and make everyone fucking, conform, whatever. You know what I mean? Everyone has their own opinions and people can be against it all they want. That's fine. You know what I mean? All I know is I don't have nothing against it. What people, adults do behind closed doors and what they do and what they prefer in life, you know what? That's their decision. You know what I mean? It's like me telling my brother or anyone else to stop fucking using drugs and stop drinking. It's like you can't. The more and more you say it, the more and more they're just gonna keep doing. They gotta have to want to do it. You know what I mean? I know it's two separate fucking things, but not really. Because you can't tell someone that if they're really gay, right? If they're attracted to the same sex that they are, right? I don't think you could change that. You know what I mean? I don't think you could change it. I don't think so. I don't know. I've never seen someone gay and then change to not being gay. Pray the gay away thing there, like the churches that pray the gay away or whatever it is. I think that's a big scam. You know what I mean? It's just the ones that transition, I don't think they're even, I know a lot of them regret it because I listened to psychologists talk about this stuff. A lot of them regret it. Like more than half. It's like it's 2/3 at least regret doing it, and you can't take it back. Once you do it, you can't take it back. You know what I mean? I'm gonna go hike with my dad. All right, brother. Tell your father respect, because I know your father's a good man, brother. Because I remember what you told me. Your father at the head injury. He's a good father, man. And tell him I said what's up, and respect and salute from Boston, Mass. And go get that. Go get it in you, brother. Palman. Go sweat, brother, like a savage, brother. I'm proud of you, brother. I really am. I get it, but the daughter of Uberine was, yeah, that's what I'm saying. The hormone blockers, exactly. You shouldn't be able to do that till you're fucking an adult, at least 18 years old, at least. Got to keep the old man moving. Absolutely, that's gonna keep him fucking healthy too, Palman. You're absolutely right. Oh yeah, so we're coming from the bike. That's right. Tell him I'm proud of him, brother. That's only gonna help him. It's only gonna help him. You guys watching right? I'm gonna watch it right after this, brother. I just want to go over my boxing picks. I was 6-1 on the Queensberry card, and I was just AJ. I was just telling people like in MMA, sometimes you're hot. Most times, you know what I mean. You're hot or warm, and then sometimes you get cold for like a card or two. You know what I mean. Everybody goes through those cold spells. You know what I mean? Here and there. But the ones that say consistent, warm and hot, and they only get cold once in a while, there's no such thing as a guaranteed picks and all that shit. Like the gurus and shit, there's no such thing as a guru in picking fights. There's no such thing. Because if that was the case, they wouldn't be on fucking on YouTube. They wouldn't be on any apps, any social media apps, unless they were selling their services. You know what I mean? And guaranteed means guaranteed. It means guaranteed. So if they're guaranteed wins, they be trillionaires. Like, there are professional gamblers out there, definitely. You know what I mean? But even them, even professional gamblers are like 60, 70%. And they gauge their winnings by weekly, monthly, quarterly, every 3 months, 6 months, or every year. They gauge, as long as they're up a lot of money by the end of the year, that's all that matters to them. You know what I mean? So I think it's Vegas considers a professional gambler or better. I think it's 53% or something like that. It's a little over 50%. You know what I mean? That's what they call a professional. And I'm way over that. In boxing, I'm like 90% with my picks. 94.7% in boxing picks. MMA, it's around 70%. UFC, I'm including UFC, Bellator, and PFL. Because PFL picks are just easy for me to pick. So are the Bellator cards. Those are really easy for me to pick because I know who was elite and who wasn't. MMA, UFC, it's a totally different beast. But I'm 60% there. You know what I mean? 50, probably, 60%. 60%. I did my percentages last week. I know exactly what I am. But so I'm over a so-called fucking expert. But you're always gonna have a bad week or a bad couple cards or whatever it is. But I'll get hot again, and my picks will be fucking on point, and for a couple months, and then I'll hit a cold fucking card, one or two or whatever. I thought tonight for sure I had a lot of the right picks, but I still did halfway decent. Next week, I'll definitely go back into the warm and hot, no matter what. Like, I'm definitely I did all my research this week and the last card. It's just, you just don't know what mixed martial artist is going to show up. Certain people, we do know what one's going to show up, but certain ones we don't. We don't know what they're going through in their lives. You know what I mean? They can fuck their heads up, and it can make them not train as hard. It can make them fucking, just lose. It's not good. You can't reverse it. No, you can't, brother. Especially for men, they can't. Yeah, because once they chop it off, it's gone. Palman, 100% gotta help him. Oh, absolutely, Palman, man. Yeah, your father's a good father, dude. I wish I had a father like you have, brother. But I'm not jealous at all. Like, all my friends had good fathers. A lot of my friends had good fathers. A lot of them didn't have no fathers. You know what I mean? Just like I did. I have a father. I didn't mean until I was 32. I could just never fucking respect them. You know what I mean? Because I actually raised my kids. You know what I mean? So I always said when I was a younger kid, I said, I'll never, if I have kids, I'll never, ever give up on my kids. And it wasn't really him giving up. My mother left him, but he never paid child support and shit like that. So I don't know. I could never respect him. Good shit, Palman. Absolutely, AJ. I'm glad you're saying that to him because, it is good shit, Palman. We're at 6 kilometers now an hour. Wow, that's pretty good, brother. That's pretty good. Keep it up, brother. I wish you were doing push-ups every fucking 50 yards, dude. Because you do 6 kilometers, right? You'd bang out about 250 or 500 push-ups during that whole hike. You know what I mean? And that would just work your upper body too. That's all I'm saying, brother. I'm not saying what you're doing is good. It's good. Just get the fucking the push-ups on the bars that keep your shirt away from the ground. You know what I mean? You can go deeper and stuff like that. Or just put a fucking, a towel down. And don't wear such nice shirts when you train, when you're going to sweat. Wear your old clothes. Training isn't about fashion. It's about fucking getting that work in, man. Getting that cardio, getting that fucking strength and conditioning, getting it all in. Technique, fundamentals. I never dress really nice to train because I don't even want to talk to no one when I'm training. I'll talk to them before and after, but during, I'm locked. I got my headphones. I don't want to talk to nobody. I'm locked in. Yeah, absolutely good shit, Palman. AJ, keep him moving all the time for his bones too. Absolutely, brother. Yeah, and that's why I'm saying, like, do push-ups and stuff and lift some, like light weights to keep your bone density good when you get older. That's why I do, like, lightweight now. I used to do a lot of heavyweight when I was younger. I just do a lot of lighter weights, a lot more reps. And even then, right, I don't do a lot of it. I just do a full body workout. I run. I do a full body workout in the weight room, in the weight, the gym. That has everything there. You know what I mean? And then I run again on the treadmill, and then I fucking stretch, and I leave. And then the next day, I'm at the fucking park doing wind sprints, pull-ups, push-ups. Mostly during the summer, mostly outside. But I still go to the gym a couple times a week. During the winter, it's probably 4 days at the gym and 2 days outside. You know what I mean? Because I love that cold air. I love breathing that cold air in. And I like training in the elements because it makes you fucking tougher and stronger. It just makes you a lot better. What the fuck is going on here? Okay. All right, I got it. Keep him moving all the time for his bones too. Palman, salute, brother. Yeah, you're doing good things, Palman. For your father too. God bless you and him. You too, AJ, brother. So Ghana gave Sharp a boxing lesson. Was piecing him up. But Sharp, just get back to the fucking gym this week and work on your fucking things. So this is the only one I had wrong, Joyce, which I thought was definitely going to be Chisora, because I thought I'm glad Chisora retired. But 6-1. Yeah, 6 out of 7 predictions. 6 out of 7 winners. So 6-1, 1 perfect, 340 points. All predictions by In the Granite. First degree black belt. I just got my member since 2021, 7/23. I just got my 3-year fucking whatever those awards we get for picking like underdogs and all that stuff and all that stuff. 1,000 wins, pick 500 winners, 1,000 wins, 1,500 winners. They give you these little what the fuck are they called again? They're called your awards. I guess 61 of them right now. 61. I know people that have been on Tapology for 4 or 5 years and haven't even got their black belt yet. You know what I mean? I only pick elite boxing and elite MMA. That's it. Once in a while, I'll pick some fighters in one that I know really good, or kickboxing. I'll pick some, good kickboxers that I know. But most of it is just elite MMA and elite boxing. So, yeah. So this is the one I won the other day. Where is it? Right here. No. Pick 500 winners. Pick 1,000 winners. Pick 1,500 winners. No, what the fuck? Oh, here it is right there. Yeah. Member for 3 years. I got the 2 days ago. Yeah, so I've only been a member for 3 years on here. And AJ, if you're still here, I'll show you what I'm talking about, dude. I'll show you what I'm talking about. No, that's not it. That's not it. Activity. Maybe it's under activity. Next score, 100 and 1,332 points to get my 2nd degree black belt. Yeah, I'll get that this month. Let me see. My picks. I think it's right here on my. Oh yeah, here it is. By promotion. And by year. So the first year, 2021, at the end of 2021, I mean. Yeah, like fucking, yeah, July of 2021. 195 predictions, 359. 195, 159. I was 55% right. But I was picking LFA fucking fights, whole cards. I was picking whole cards on one, whole cards on like promotions that I had no business even fucking picking all the fights. That was just on me, though. I'm not making excuses, but it's just really true. 55.1%. That wasn't that great, in my opinion. 52nd, 2022, 915. So that's a full year of picking. 524 wins, 382 losses, 9 draws and no contests, 57.8%, right? Then 2023 was 921, 45, 355 losses, 545 wins, 21 draws or no contests, 60.6%, right? 2024, halfway through the year right now, right? It's 460 so far, 272 wins, 184 losses, 4 draws, no contests at 60% right now. Obviously, that's going to go up by the end of the year. You know what I mean? But here's the thing I want to show you. By promotion, all right? By promotion, Bellator, 62.6% on Bellator, 293 wins, 143 losses out of 382 predictions, right? Dana White Contender Series, the last 2 years, the third year's coming up in August, 73 and 66, 52.5, which is pretty good on Dana White Contender Series. I'm bronze on that. LFA, 30 and 26. Like, I never pick usually LFA picks. I don't know what the fuck I was thinking my first year picking LFA. 1 championship, 61 wins, 47 losses out of 108 picks, right? 56.5%. PFL, 148, 93 and 55, 62.8%. RFF Risen, 22 and 10, 68.8, almost 70%, right? UFC, 1,535 predictions, 834 wins, 701 losses, 54.3%, right? Now check this out. This is boxing right here. 0-1, right? I don't even know what promotion that is. Boxer. It's just a box. Box Stars, 4-1, 80%. Canelo Promotions, 5-1, 83.3%. Craig Thompson Boxing, 1-0, 100%. Golden Boy Promotions, 12 wins and 5 losses, 70.6%. Japan Boxing Commission, 10-1, 90.9%. Matchroom Boxing, 20-9, 20 wins, 9 losses, 69%. So basically 70%. Mayweather Promotions, 1-0. Miura Boxing, 1-0. I don't even know what. Most Valuable Promotions. That's like Fake Paul. And, that's his promotion. 0-2. Because I took Evander Holyfield and I took Mike Perry. I think they're missing one because I took Anderson Silva too. Versus fucking and I took Tommy Fury too. I know I won that one. So that's the only one. I think that's the only one and that's not even fucking real. I mean, it's real boxing, but it's not fucking pro boxing. It's not they're not fighting that great of a competition. So yeah, that's all right. So here we go. No Limit Boxing, 1-1, 50%. I don't even know what No Limit is actually. Pro Box Promotions, that's the one I cover. I cover that Wednesday. I commentate bi-weekly Pro Box TV. 11-1, 91.7%. Those are up and coming boxers and veterans. Queensberry Promotions, 46, 34-12, 73.9%. RCC Boxing Promotions, 6 picks, 4-2, 66.7. RFI, Real Fight Incorporated, that's Nate Diaz's thing. I'm pretty sure 6-4, 60%. Road to the UFC, 9, 4-5, which I don't even remember picking Road to the UFC. I usually don't pick Road to the UFC. The only one I really stick with is Dana White Contender Series. Supreme Warriors Fight League, 3-1, 75%. TGB Promotions, 28 predictions, 21-7, 75%, right? Team Ellis Boxing, 2-0, 100%. Top rank, 52 predictions, 36-16, 69.2%. Trilla Fight Club, 4-2, 66.7%, which I'll never pick that again, ever. Trilla or MVP. Usyk 17, 1-0. So if you put all those together in all the elite promotions, like where there's really elite boxers, not fucking MMA guys fighting boxers, it came out to like, it was like 91%, like 2 months ago. And then last week I did it and it came out to like 94.7 or something percent. Boxing picks. So yeah, boxing is just a lot easier for me to pick. But MMA, I'm better than the fucking guy Gianni there from fucking last year in Las Vegas. And here's the thing, I'm looking for underdogs all the time. I go against the grain all the time. I never pick mostly favorites. I mostly pick underdogs. So, yeah, I stand by what I fucking my picks. I stand by my picks all the time. I know I've made people money. And professional gamblers, people that gamble and want to make money, you shouldn't be judging it by 1 week or 2 weeks. Real people do it like monthly, quarterly, every 3 months, every 6 months, or every year. The professionals do it every year. They go by how much they're up at the end of the year. That's what they do. You know what I mean? And that's just the way it is. You know what I mean? Kalman's into that savage mindset. Now I love it. Come on, man. Okay, let me go to the UFC card real quick. I want to go through that. And I want to go check out Resin with Jay Smooth and Isha and all those guys. Let me see. So 1,536 wins, 1,080 losses. It's like 59%, right? 59%. Tonight, 5 out of 14, like 2 perfect, 340 picks, 340 points, I mean. Usually like, I'd say 75% of the time, 80% of the time, I get the co-main and main events right almost every single time. This one I knew was going to be an underdog city. I called this one. Oh, no, she lost, actually. I'm sorry, but I did take her. But I definitely picked underdog cities on this card, and that's what I'm trying to do for people. This one, Mick Parkin defeats Lukasz's Berserky via KO TKO at 3:23 of round 1. Perfect pick. Round 1 knockout. That's exactly what I called. Sam Patterson defeats Kiefer Crosby via submission. I think, I took Patterson in this one. Submission at 250 of round 1. I had round 1 KO because I knew Patterson had 10 times more reach. And I just thought he would take him out pretty quick, which he did actually take him out pretty quick in the first round, but he submitted him instead of knocked him out. I don't know how this kid gets down to, when he was getting down to 155, he's like 6'3" or 6'4". I don't know how the fuck he cuts weight like this, but I think he found his division 170. But there's a lot of tough people at 170, dude. You got Shavkat, you got all these guys you got to get through, dude. Be careful. 155 stacked too. This one right here, Prachnio was doing, he had him hurt twice. He had Bukakis hurt 2 times. Like, head kicked him. He was all discombobulated, and he didn't finish him. He had plenty of time to finish him too. Then he hurt him again and didn't finish him. It's like, that's what you're taught by great trainers, and that's what your instincts should be. Once you hurt somebody, fucking finish them. Don't give him a chance to fucking recuperate. Finish him. Don't rush right in because we all know a wounded fucking animal is just like a wounded human. They're dangerous when they're wounded. They're gonna throw they're gonna throw the overhand right, the overhand left, or the uppercut, or they're gonna play possum. They're gonna pretend like they already snapped out of it, but they pretend like they're still fucking discombobulated. The guy's gonna rush in their opponent and they're gonna fucking just say, psych, I got you, bang, uppercut, or just hit them with a punch they don't see, or a kick, or whatever. It's just the way it is. But yeah, I thought, dude, you had this fight in your hands. Both times you rocked them, and he didn't do too well. I don't know, dude. You explode too much. You're definitely unorthodox, which is good for you. You made it happen, dude. You discombobulated this dude twice. And you didn't finish him. That's on you, brother. But I would definitely recommend don't explode in all the time like you do, because you overextend every time you do it. It's just you come in from so many different angles, which is pretty smart, but someone's going to figure you out. And obviously a few people have. But, you did pretty good, though. You rattled them fucking 2 times. Good staying cool, calm, and collective for the Baltic Gladiator, because he did pretty well. You gotta shore up your wrestling, my man. Oban Elliott defeats Preston Parsons, 3rd round decision. I actually thought Parsons won this fight, actually. I actually thought he won this. But Elliott fought a good fight, too, though. It wasn't a robbery. I thought it could have went to either guy. I wasn't pissed off that I went to Elliott. England fights, you're going to have to pick mostly England fucking fighters because, man, it's very biased. Muhammad Mokaev, there's nothing wrong with loving your people, but I love great fighters. I don't care where they're fucking from. Yeah, would I like to see more Americans fucking mixed martial arts kicking ass? Yes, I would. But I still like the other guys and ladies from other countries that are fucking elite. If they're good and they're elite, I'm gonna like them fucking more than the American guys. You know what I mean? If the American guys ain't putting in the work, I'm always gonna like fuck. I don't care where you're from. I just want to see elite fighting. That's it. Mokaev, Cop, you have so much talent, kid. If you would just believe in yourself a little bit more and train harder and don't miss weight and stuff, man. That's lack of discipline, my man. But you definitely got the skills. You fought on with a broken toe. I know it's not easy. Mokaev, you'll learn how to throw those hands a little bit better. Don't just throw one punch at a time. You need to learn how to throw 3s, 4s, 6s, and 8s. Combinations. Punches and bunches. Even in fucking mixed martial arts. Learn to go to the body, the head, the body. It doesn't matter. Mix it up. Mix it up with kicks. Mix it up. Disguise punches with kicks. Disguise kicks with punches. There's so many things you can fucking do with knees, elbows. You know what I mean? You just got to get in close and bite down on that mouthpiece. You might have to take a shot to land 3. Just the way it is. But Mokaev, I got lucky on this fight. The only reason I like Mokaev is because he didn't tap to 2 submissions. And he actually won the fucking fight. It's like 5 fights ago or 6 fights ago for him. He was in fucking deep. It was like Volkanovski versus Ortega. Ortega had Volkanovski in his favorite 2 submissions. Volkanovski pulled his head out and started pounding the shit out of Ortega right out of it. Because he trained underwater. And people holding him underwater, like keeping him underwater to keep him calm, cool, calm, and collective, holding his breath. You know what I mean? And the more you stay cool, calm, and collective, the more you don't panic, the more better's your chances to win the fight. You should never have no doubt in your mind that you're going to win a fight. If you have any doubt at all, you're going to probably lose. Most likely. But Cop, just get back in the fucking Get back in the gym because you got skills, kid. You're definitely a good fucking mixed martial artist. You just got to get a little bit more discipline, kid. That's all it is. Makayev, you got to work on your fucking striking, kid. You're punching. Jake Halley defeats Longren. Longren's a tough kid, man. Longren, you got skills, dude. You're young. Don't worry about it. You got a long time to go. You're young. Hadley, I thought you'd win this fight. I was right. But not by much. You didn't win this by much, dude. You did pretty good. You definitely won the fight. It wasn't a robbery, but Longren is pretty good. This kid's gonna be a problem for a lot of people when he gets a little bit older and he, has a few more fights. And the better and better the competition gets, it's just gonna get higher and higher and higher. The competition is only gonna get better and better and better. Molly Meatball McCann, Bruno Brazil. So Bruno Brazil was the underdog in this. I knew she shouldn't have been the underdog. I had her the special one. She beat Molly McCann up. She beat her up. Molly McCann's not bad, but she's not elite. She's not an elite mixed martial artist. She's a tough woman that sometimes looks fucking phenomenal sometimes, and sometimes she looks average. You know what I mean? I don't know. Like, I just think it's all about, I don't know. I give her a lot of fucking credit. I give them all a lot of credit getting in there and fucking putting on a show for us, for us. You guys are entertaining us. You're all getting paid to do it. Why not? Nathaniel Wood defeats Daniel Pineda. Pineda, I thought you were doing good. You've been out of the ring you've been rusty. You've had some injuries or whatever the fucking case may be. I forget why you were out for a little while. You haven't been fighting a lot. You know what I mean? So I think that was your first fight back in a while. Or I know your last fight. Between your last fight, this fight, there was a huge gap of 2 years, I think. And then there was I think there was you were fighting like one time a year or something. That's not enough. You need to fight 3-4 times a year in MMA. And in boxing too, you need to stay busy at least 3 times a year. Make the money while you can, while you're young. Good job, Wood. You put on a good fight. But Pineda, good job for not fucking giving up, man, because you fought to the end, brother. Your leg was fucking compromised, and you kept fucking fighting, man. Good for you. Arnold Allen defeats Giga Jacazzi. Giga was on his fucking backpedaling the whole fight. Listen, there's nothing wrong with fucking constantly moving. Constantly moving is a good thing. But you were behind that black line almost the whole fucking fight. I mean, you look like you were on your way to winning that fight in the first round. Then the second and third round, Allen started cutting you off and stuff, and he slowed down a little bit, Giga. And I think that all stems from the Cater fight. Cater, I think Cater fucking, I don't know. There's always those fights with guys that I guess we always meet our, there's always someone tougher, that old saying, or there's always someone better, or whatever the case may be. You're going to run into your equal someday, and it's up to you to push through it and walk through the fire and fucking come out on the other side. That's when you got to dig deep. You got to go into deep waters where the great white sharks swim, you know what I mean? And that's where you got to weaponize your cardio. If you don't do cardio, you're not going to last. You're not going to last in a fight. You might get a lucky punch off, lucky kick, or whatever the fuck. You can. Everyone has a puncher's chance. Every fight starts on the feet. Yeah, your footwork was great, Gigi, but You just weren't throwing enough. Your kicks were good and everything, but I don't know, man. Like, you can't just keep going lateral. You gotta go in and out, lateral, in and out, lateral. You were just circling the whole friggin' fight. The whole fight you were circling. Except for the first round, you're going in and out a little bit, circling a little bit, in and out. Then the second and third round, it was backpedaling both ways, lateral movement. And, you know, you're not going to get, I know what you were doing. I know you were looking for angles and stuff. I know what you were trying to do. But if it ain't working, you got to slow down and just bite down your mouthpiece and walk forward. And, you know, might have to take a few punches or a few kicks or a few knees or a few elbows. But you're going to land yours too. And you're going to earn his respect. And then they're going to start backing up. Like Allen was kind of backing up a little bit in the first round. You were backing up the second and third round. So you're definitely skilled, Giga. You're definitely skilled. I thought you were going to win this one because you were on and Allen was on a 2-fight losing streak. You were on a 2-fight winning streak or a 3-fight winning streak. I forget. I know you won your last couple fights. I just thought you picked off where you left off before you fought Cater. But I picked Cater in that fight. I thought he could definitely beat you. And he did. But you're definitely a prospect, dude. I think you're like 36 or something, or 35. I forget. I think you're 35 or 36. If you're a little bit younger than that, you're still in your prime. And even 35, 36. As long as you fight smart and shore up your weaknesses a little bit, you can still make a lot more money and you can still win a lot more fights. You know, most of you guys can fight till you're 40, no problem. Been fighting your whole life, you can definitely fight till you're 40. If you're not taking a lot of damage, definitely you can. You know what I mean? That's up to you, kid. You gotta reach deep in your soul. And all you fight mixed martial arts, I would highly recommend you save your money and put it to work for you, man. Because fighting's only going to be around for about 10, 15 years if you're lucky. Sometimes 20. It all depends. Gregory Rodriguez defeats Christian Leroy Duncan. Leroy Duncan, I thought you fucking, your chin is fucking made of steel, kid. You fucking took some shots from fucking Gregory Rodriguez. I seen Gregory Rodriguez put out a lot of guys with one or two of those punches. He hit you so many fucking times in this fight, but Christian Leroy Duncan, you're definitely getting better. Even though it was a loss, you're definitely getting better. You could have been a pro NBA player, I'm pretty sure, or a pro football. I'm pretty sure it was basketball. I think you were really good at basketball in college or football, one or the other. I'm pretty sure it was basketball, though. But if you want to be a cage fighter, this is the game, brother. This is the game. You're still young enough to go into the fucking entry draft or something in basketball if you want. But you're definitely tough. You're definitely strong. You're definitely, you get the mindset. You didn't give up tonight. And when, third round decision. Yeah, I had you in a round 2 knockout. Rodriguez, you don't know what Rodriguez is going to show up, but he won 3 in a row. He's called for a title shot now, so we'll see what happens. I think Strickland's going to get it before you, dude. I think Izzy and DDP have a fight coming up. I think Strickland gets the next chance, and I'd say you probably have to win one more fight, and you probably get the next fucking the next shot. I think there's a few other guys that have even bigger winning streaks. I'm pretty sure. So it's good to use the microphone for that, though, just to let them know that that's what you're going for. But Christian Leroy Duncan, no matter what, you still fought well. You didn't give up. You got hit with some big shots, and you still did well. Gregory Rodriguez, good job, dude. What can I say? You know what I mean? Good job. Patty Pimblett defeats Bobby Green via submission. 3:22 of round 1. I was wrong about Patty Pimblett. Patty, you made me, hey, I got to eat my words. I got to have humility, right? You're better than I thought you were, dude. You're better than I thought you were. And Green was probably the hottest fight you had, but now that we seen, it probably wasn't your hottest fight. The guy that beat you legitimately beat you, but you got a $50,000 bonus, and you didn't win that fight. And but you've definitely gotten better. But going from 240 down to 155, eventually that's gonna ruin your fucking kidneys and your liver. You can only do that for so long, dude. You can only do it for so long. Green, I hope you get a speedy recovery, kid. I think you broke your arm, but it didn't look like you broke your arm when they were, reading off the scorecards. So can't call yourself a king unless you're fucking winning every single fucking fight, dude. That's CTE, man. Tom Aspinall, congratulations. You're a class act, dude. So are you, Curtis Blades. Curtis Blades, I definitely thought you could win this fight. Another underdog that I thought could win, you know what I mean? And Tom Aspinall is definitely good enough to be a heavyweight champion and the legit heavyweight champion. But whoever wins out of Stipe and John Jones, which I think is going to, and even though I respect Stipe, and Stipe is one of my favorite heavyweights before John Jones went up heavyweight, John Jones is my favorite fucking mixed martial artist. At that octagon door shuts, he's the best guy to ever fucking do it, in my opinion. And a lot of those fights at the end of his light heavyweight career, he wasn't even training. That's what made it even more. Reyes did not beat John Jones. He lost the 4th and 5th round, and he lost one of the rounds in the first 3 rounds. But he came the closest to beating John Jones. And Gustafson, we all know what happened. The rematch. John Jones beat the snot out of him. 2nd round TKO. I mean, the ref saved his life. But Aspinall, I really believe John Jones is going to humble you. And then once he retires, after that fight, because they're going to offer him too much money to fight you, he ain't going to be able to pass it up. And I believe John Jones is going to beat you. He's going to show you there's levels to this shit, but you're definitely on a high level. You're a class act. I believe once John Jones retires, I don't think it's unfair that you're the interim champ. John Jones is the heavyweight champ. Bottom fucking line. He got hurt in fucking practice, and he's never been hurt before in a fight. I mean, I'm sure he went in the fights hurt, but he's never dropped out of a fight because of an injury. So you have to wait your turn, brother. That's all it is. But you are doing the right thing. You're calling out the best. And that's what legacy fighters do. You're very fast with your hands. I know I'm a heavyweight. I'm really fast with my hands. So I know how that is. It's almost like you feel indestructible. You know what I mean? You feel like no heavyweight can beat you. I understand that feeling because I still feel like that to this fucking day. I have no doubt in my mind with any man. It's just the way you have to, it has to be a mindset. And I know you have that mindset. And yeah, you are a lot better. I mean, here's the thing with the guy you fought before, Blades. He got knocked out his first UFC fight. I picked you against him, Popovich. Even that guy can knock out anybody. Even he can knock out anybody. You know what I mean? So it is what it is, brother. Congratulations to you, brother. You're a class act, dude. No doubt about it. I like your attitude. You know what I mean? But you're right. You're going against all these heavyweights, right? But when you go in there with John Jones, it's a whole different story. He ain't gonna just let you walk up to him. He's gonna fucking kick you. He's gonna keep distance. He's gonna fucking ass kick you. He's gonna fucking kick you in your quads, and he can wrestle. He can wrestle. Remember DC? He took DC down, what, 5 fucking times? Had his hand on his forehead. It's a mindset. And he has a dark side to him, right? Just like I do. And maybe you do. Maybe we just don't see it. Maybe we just never heard about it. But I'm sure you have a dark side in you too. We just got to beat that dark side every day. That's all it is. But congratulations to you, brother. You're a class act. And I'm proud of you. Curtis Blades, you've done nothing but good in the UFC, brother. What's that, your 5th loss in the UFC? But you have like 20-something wins or something like that, 20-plus wins. It's not like you're horrible, dude. It's just, you just run into some good heavyweights. That's all it is, brother. I was rooting for you. A lot of us were. I don't know, brother. Only you know how you feel. But I thought you got a lot better with your fucking punching. And now you got to learn how to punch harder and faster. That's what you need. Speed with your punches and your footwork needs to improve. Even though you're light on your balls of your feet and everything, yes, you improved with that. But footwork is a totally different thing. You could have moved left and right laterally. When Aspinall came in with throwing punches, you slip and rip. Slip and rip with the left hook, slip and rip to the other side with the right hook. You know what I mean? Always move that fucking head. You know what I mean? And Aspinall's really fast. I know it's easier said than done, but if you keep the distance and the range, then they got to eat your fucking hands too, and they got to eat your kicks. And hey, it is what it is. What are you gonna fucking do? But God bless you, man. Congratulations, Tom Aspinall. Congratulations, Paddy Pimblin. In this fight here, like I said at the beginning, Bilal Muhammad, you proved me wrong too, brother. You proved a lot of people wrong. You definitely got a lot fucking better. And Leon Edwards, you have nothing to be ashamed of. You're a great fucking champion. I just hope you fucking your neck's all right from that landing on your head. I hope your head's all right. Bilal Muhammad, you fucking proved a lot of us wrong. I have no problem in admitting it because I'd be a real scumbag if I didn't say you definitely deserve the shot at the title. You definitely deserve this fight. But you proved me wrong and you proved a lot of other people wrong. Congratulations to you, man. But now is when this is when it gets hard. Because now you got a target on your back. Now you got to defend that title. Leon Edwards defended it 2-3 times or something like that. That's actually pretty good. That's actually pretty good in the UFC. That's why John Jones is so good, because he defended, 11 fucking times, 12. Now he's going to defend that heavyweight belt once versus Stipe, and he will fight you, Aspinall, because they'll offer him too much money not to fight you. And he only trains really hard to fight people that he thinks might have a chance at beating him. And I would say, yes, you have a chance of beating John Jones. Absolutely. But it's not going to be as easy as the last 2 fights or anyone you've ever fought in your life. When you fight John Jones, you're going to understand why he's the GOAT. And I believe he beats you. And I believe after that, you'll be a champion again. You will be a heavyweight champion. You will defend that title a few times easily. But John Jones, I believe, humbles you. That's my opinion. And I'm not wrong a lot of times on these things. He's just that good. He's just that fucking good. Bilal Muhammad, congratulations, dude. And you know what? You're an inspiration to the Pakistani people and the people in Chicago and the younger kids in Chicago, that are, in the inner city, like I grew up in the same fucking areas, right? We're products of our environment, but you definitely are an inspiration to a lot of people, I bet you, right now. And congratulations for that, dude. You deserve nothing but praise, dude. Leon Edwards, just go back to the drawing board, brother. You didn't let me down. You didn't let your fans down, I bet you. You're a fucking shit. No one could ever take that away from you. You won the championship. You beat a guy that's in fucking Kamaru Usman that's overlapped that division twice. For Bilal to say he's better when he was before this fight, when he's saying he's better than GSP and better than Usman, no, dude, you got to defend that title as many times as those guys did, or at least Usman, right? Because I think Usman defended it more times than GSP. I think he did, or he's one away or something, or was one away from beating his record, or they're tied or something. It's within 1 or 2 fights. Or they're tied or something like that. Until you do that, then you can say you're the best. Right now, you're the best at welterweight. Right now, you are. But now you're going to defend it versus that savage fucker, Shavkat. There's a few savages in there that are not going to be easy fights for you, brother. But you definitely elevated your fucking game. And, hey, congratulations, dude. What else can I say, brother? All I can say is I was wrong about you. That's all. 9 fights in a row you won. You know, you definitely deserve the shot at that title. All right, people, there you have it. Post fights, all done. People have a blessed night, blessed day, blessed afternoon. It's Sunday, spiritual day, rest day, because this is the only day I can rest all week. It's the only day I feel comfortable resting. Because I'm constantly going, constantly learning, constantly just evolving and doing a lot of different things. I'm just not talking about it because it's really no one's fucking business. But certain things I will talk about because it's going to help some people out. I'll be able to give people some jobs, good paying jobs, and they ain't going to have to work 6 days a week, 5 days a week. They'll work 4 days a week as long as they fucking do very well for those 4 days and get a lot of work done. 3 days off, 4 days on, and I'll pay as good money. You know what I mean? Where you can save your money and, get ahead in your life. Everyone out there deserves a fucking chance in life. You know what I mean? And there's a lot of people out there that just don't get that fucking chance. And I've always been a giving person. Anyone that knows me knows that. I'm not one of these selfish cocksuckers out there. There's so many of them. I'm not like that. I like giving. Even when I was partying, when I was a teenager and drinking, I always tip very well. I always buy my people fucking rounds. Just a lot of fucking. If I was having a good time, everyone was having a good time. And it's just the way it is. But anyways, I will see you people Tuesday. Tuesday, we got a whole week. We got another Sanagan versus Umar Nurmagomedov. That's Khabib's cousin. I love Sanagan a lot. He's one of my favorite freaking mixed martial artists. I think he has his hands full with Umar. I think I'm leaning Umar right now. But Sanagan is that elite too. He's very elite. So is Umar. I don't know. There's going to be a hard one to pick. But I think Umar, second fight back after his shoulder surgery, I think he's going to be a lot more looser. He's not even going to be thinking about that injured shoulder no more. So we'll see what happens. But Sanagan, I'd be happy if you won too. I'll be happy if Umar wins because I'm a fan of both of these. Most fights, I'm a fan of both mixed martial artists. Most of them. I think like probably 90% of the fights, I'm fans of both of them. Boxing, it's probably around the same, maybe a little less, around 80% maybe. But that's just the way it is. I think we all like all these, mixed martial arts. I think it's hard, it's hard to choose sometimes because we like both fighters, you know what I mean? But the best got to fight the best, you know what I mean? So anyways, have a blessed day, people. No matter where you're from, worldwide, nothing but love, man. It's all one love. We're all connected in one way or another. And don't ever let anyone tell you can't do nothing out there in life. You can do whatever the fuck you put your mind to. Don't ever let someone tell you can't fucking do something. It's only because they can't fucking do it. Or they're just miserable motherfuckers. One or the other. But video, Daniel Cormier. Can't remember the name of the new champ, Bilal Muhammad at UFC 304. Yeah, he did mess up and say Edwards. Bilal Muhammad wins till after suffocating. Never mind. I don't even know what that's like. Shout out to Tapology. Shout out to YouTube. Shout out to Facebook, Discord, fucking IG, and X and Twitter. Thank you to all the subscribers, all the new subscribers, all the subscribers that have been with me since day one. I'm only going to bring you better content. This ain't the only channel I have. The other channels I have, you're going to see real life content. And for all these trolls out there, I got something for you. As you guys are going to find out what I have for you. And you guys are going to be like, God damn. Yeah, I'll probably never see you again in any fucking chat group. But I'm not letting that go, though. I'm not letting those things go. There's consequences for all the bullshit people talk. And there's not many people that talk a lot of shit either. So anyways, there you go, man. That was a good fucking, I'd say it was a 5 out of 10. God, I give it a 6 because of the fans, right? Next week, I think it'll be a lot more exciting. We're not always going to get great fucking cards. It's like football teams. It's like hockey teams. It's like baseball teams. It's like basketball teams. It's like soccer teams, right? They have great teams on paper, but the chemistry just ain't there. Sometimes you have fight nights where you think it's going to be a shitty card, and all of a sudden we get all fucking stoppages. We get all KOs and fucking submissions, and it ends up being a fucking great card. You just never fucking know. You never know. You never fucking know. I think fighting at 5 a.m. for these people, it's hard for a lot of people. It's not hard for me. I get up early every fucking day. Sometimes on Friday and Saturdays, sometimes I stay up a lot later, and I'll just go work out, and I'll come home and go to sleep. You know what I mean? I don't even have to get up at 5 a.m, right? I do. Sometimes it's 4. You know what I mean? That's my goal, is 4 usually to wake up. But I don't even need an alarm because I do, it's just in my mind. I'm going to get up between 4 and 5. 4 and 4:30 usually. It usually takes me about a half an hour to get out there and run, and, just for my mental mostly, and for my physical, obviously. But it's definitely for my mental more than anything else, because if I didn't work out, I get really fucking heavy if I don't train on a regular basis, and I start to get, I don't know, aggressive. I get fucking I have rage issues. I don't know. I get an attitude fucking problem. Sometimes I get depressed. Depression is rage turned inward. That's what psychologists say, anyways. I forget who the fuck I heard that from, actually. I heard it from somebody who was pretty fucking smart, though. But it makes sense. It makes sense to me. Common sense, I mean. Palman and AJ, thanks for jumping in. You guys are the fucking best. You guys are fucking loyal, man. Everyone that claims they're loyal ain't loyal. And the people that don't say nothing, I know who's loyal and who ain't. Believe me, I know who the fuck they are. And people think they're slick. I know who the fuck those guys are, too. I know who the fuck they are. I'm a loyal person no matter what. But once people claim to be loyal and they're not, there's only so long I'll stick with those people. I'm just going to fucking see you later. See you later. And I guarantee they'll be like, oh, man, I missed that dude. I should have been loyal to. Well, yeah, you should have been, but you weren't. It's all good. It's all good. I'm not doing this to be a star. I do this because of my passion for fighting. That's it. That's the only reason I do it. It's not about me. It's about fucking the fighters. You know what I mean? That's why I could talk good about these fighters. I could talk good about them. I could talk good about them, and I could, sometimes they prove me wrong. That's why I love this fucking sport of fighting. I love it since I was fucking a little kid. 9 years old, watching fucking Marvin Hagler. Like, just fucking inspired me. And not only that, older friends of mine when I was a young kid, my cousin, older than me, tough kid, fearless. All my friends that are older were fearless. And, which in turn made me fearless. You know what I mean? So, still to this day, I'm fearless. Why the fuck shouldn't you be? Should never fear nothing out there, people. Never fear nothing. If you want to be a fighter, go for it, man. While you're young, do it while you're young. And age don't mean shit either. I don't care what anyone says. It all depends on how much damage you've taken in your life in fighting. If you've, too many shots on the chin and, you don't have no chin no more or whatever. I've never been knocked out in a fight. Never been knocked out in a fight. Never been knocked out in the ring. Got knocked out 2 times in my life. One was falling on my head in 2003, fracturing my skull. Fucking home a week later. They wanted me upstairs for 3 to 9 months. I was home a week later. So I was in a coma for 2 days, falling up my back stairs, grabbed around again. I fell 14 feet right on my head. And I remember the railing given, but after I just woke up 2 days later in Boston Medical Center. And I was home 5 days after that. So 7 days. It happened on a Tuesday in April 2003. I was home the following Tuesday. They wanted me to go upstairs for 3 to 9 months from the ICU. I'm like, for what? I get rested home. I got a wife. I got a daughter. This is before my son was born. My son was born less than 2 years later. So I survived that. And I got sucker punched by 2 roid heads from what witnesses said that seen it happen. I was just walking through a garage that I was working, sitting in the booth, collecting money for the shit, for parking spots and shit. I was walking back and I just got fucking hit from behind. I didn't see nobody coming. I was looking forward, listening to music. And I had people fucking, when I woke up, I had people say, are you all right? You all right? 2 big muscle heads. Fucking, they look like they were all fucking roided up. One of them hit you from, where you couldn't see them. They were both behind you, ran up behind you, and really tippy-toeing kind of. I go, it doesn't even matter. They ran up behind me because I had headphones on and I couldn't hear them. It was a cassette fucking player, you know what I mean? So, yeah, only 2 times I ever been knocked out in my life. I seen the flash of light being hit, in the ring and stuff like that. But you shake that right off. You just get mad at yourself for even being allowed to be hit. You know what I mean? Because it's all about striking, hitting, and not being hit. But obviously, you got to be able to take a punch because you're going to get hit. You're going to get hit. You just got to try not to get hit. You know what I mean? Try not to get hit as much. That's why you got to move your fucking head. Keep it off the center line and always move in and out, laterally. But everything is footwork. Everything is range. Everything is distance. Really take that seriously, people. Take that seriously. Have a blessed day, people.